you? So we're going to be talking all things going live. Thank you so much for joining. Your girl got a bun today. So I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. So we're going to get to talking and chatting in just a moment. So we'll talk all things live streaming. I appreciate you all joining. So this is my this is my 20th week. You guys will see that where I'm talking about the agency stuff because I am a TikTok Creator Network agency. And so we'll talk about that. And it's my 10 a.m. live. So I talk all things live streaming here. This is the opportunity for you to engage and connect and let me know if you have any questions. I always want to make sure I'm answering questions for my community. Hello, hello, hello. And then we'll talk a little bit about just mindset, digital marketing, branding, the things that you need to do to make sure you're successful. So a lot of that matters in terms of how you connect with your community, how you are being intentional about setting up for success. And so we'll talk about all those things. Like I said, I love, love, love answering questions. So if you are here, this is your first time joining me, put in the chat hello. Make sure you greet and say hello. And like I said, we'll start shortly. I usually start here because I am co-streaming. I'm sharing this platform right now where this will become a playlist for you all to go back and watch. Well, I'm co-streaming it because I want to make sure that you guys are getting as much as possible out of this experience. And I talk about the my Creator Network agency that's on TikTok. I co-stream from there, so I'm answering a lot of questions there first, and then I also will I also use this as a way to engage too. So I've been doing this for since April. So right now we're in the 8th month of doing this. And so I'm really excited about this. I've grown quite a bit. We've hit that 950 hurdle. I think we're at 952. So we're still growing. We're still growing as a community. So if you are new to this live, go ahead and click the thumbs up to say I like what I'm seeing. And then I tell people to make sure you click that subscriber button so that you also can subscribe to the channel. And then click the bell so that you can get notification when I go live and when I post content. Okay? So subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We're still growing and we're going to continue to do this. This is part of a process. I don't say this is just a one and done and I just show up a little bit. It's hard. We can do hard things. At the end of the day, it is rewarding. So I enjoy doing this. So definitely make sure you are connecting, asking questions. I look forward to answering questions about live streaming. I'm going to start in the next year. In 2026, I'm going to start doing some exclusives just for YouTube, just so that I can have content that is pertinent to the live streaming experience here, and just giving you guys some tips and strategies. And then we'll build. We're in a growth period. We're still growing. We're still building out this channel, and so I want to make sure that I'm being intentional about my support here, but also making sure that I'm supporting others that are looking for content about streaming on other platforms like TikTok. So let me know if there's any questions. Like I said, I usually start here. YouTube usually will send people in your room pretty early on. And so that's partially why I start here too, because I know that's how the algorithm works, where you're here and that early engagement starts here. And then I usually will go over to TikTok, and then my moderator, her name is the Idea Barista. She'll pop in when she can, and so she'll monitor to the chat as well. So if you have questions, definitely ask her. She's kind of created a couple different YouTube channels, which have been very good, and so she is an awesome person. So definitely connect with her as well. Um, Let me know if there's any questions. Um, In the meantime, we're going to get ready to go live on TikTok in just a few moments. I usually will, let me put my board up. I usually will put my board up and we'll um, talk there as well. How are you doing? Let me know if there's any questions for engagement. I always want to make sure I'm answering questions. Um, and so I want to make sure I'm supporting all of you. So, good morning. How you doing? Hello, friend. Hello. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for that thumbs up as well. I appreciate the support. That's what this is all about, friend. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions as well. Um, Again, I love answering questions for people who are coming in. Thank you for that. Greetings from India. Appreciate you being here, friend. Um, so, so um, let me know if there's any questions. I'm setting up my screen. I'm new to this live event. Oh, thank you for being here then. Yes, so I go live daily. This is my 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm in Florida. That's where I'm located. And so I come live here daily. I co-stream, so you're going to see me go live really quickly in a few moments on TikTok. And so I use that as a way for this to be a playlist, and I share information about the live streaming experience, specifically from a TikTok perspective, where I am talking about the platform and helping you understand how to leverage the platform for your audience. So again, it's all about going live. So thank you for asking questions. So in the meantime, do you go live on any of the platforms? Let me know how your experience has been. Let me know. Let me know how's everything going. Um, Hopefully everything is all good on your end and you feel comfortable and confident with going live. And let me know if there's any questions I can help you with. I always want to make sure I am supporting people. And if you are doing this and being intentional about your experience, I'm happy to answer questions. Hello, friends. How are you doing? Let me know if there's any questions as we get ready to go live. I always want to make sure I'm answering questions for you all. Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully all is going well for you as well. Thank you, friends. How are you? How are you? Let me know if there's any questions. Um, and we'll get started in just a few moments. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm about to go live online in just a second. I always want to make sure I'm answering questions here. So I attended this retreat yesterday, so we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for popping in. If you're new to my live, it's freelance an easy way to earn money. Freelancing is, you use the word easy. I'm not saying that it's easy. Nothing's really easy, but it gets easier over time. So when you starting off, that's the building stage. You're growing. You're trying to do it so that people get to know what you offer and what services you offer, and you're promoting yourself. And that's kind of the hard part because you got to kind of get that foundation built. And so as you do it, it becomes easier. So yes, it is. I've learned very little about Fiverr and Upworks. Yeah, so those are two platforms that you can post and put your services out there, and people who are looking for whatever services you offer, they can find you and then ultimately hire you. And so that's the hard time. That's the challenging part because you're trying to make sure you stand out amongst many people who do the same thing that you offer. And so that's where it becomes a little challenging because you have to put yourself out there. You got to have different um, reviews and information you're sharing. You might want to be on a couple different platforms, like you said, Fiverr and Upworks. So it takes time. And so I think in that sense, it's not easy. But if you start doing it, getting jobs, getting great reviews, promoting yourself more, showcasing your work. Maybe you have a channel or something that people can go and see what you've done in the past. Maybe you have a nice portfolio, maybe a website or something that people can kind of look and see how you do your work. You'll hopefully get more more business and jobs. Freelancing is very much about making sure you pour as much as possible into your marketing and promoting yourself as you do based on the business you're doing. So if you're doing work when it comes to helping people with their content creation or helping them understand how to edit and stuff, whatever you're doing, it requires you to invest that much time into promoting yourself. It seems kind of interesting. I know for this freelancing concept from India, YouTube freelancer call. Oh, okay. That's somebody who does it. Yeah, so just recognize, I mean, obviously somebody would have to see him go to his page and wanna engage that way. So it just depends on how you promote yourself. And so if there is somebody who's doing it and you like their approach, then maybe that's the person you model yourself after. Okay, so we're gonna switch over to live streaming. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support. I was trying to make sure my board got done and it is available. I can use it. Awesome. So I'm gonna use that for today. Um, and we're gonna go live. All right. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much for coming in. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. We're talking all things going live. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I am helping people go live with ease and confidence. If you are a new creator and you're trying to figure out this platform and you want to grow, but you're nervous, afraid, shy, scared, and you're trying to figure out how to do this with confidence and ease, come on in. We're going to get to talking. We're going to talk about how to monetize. We're also going to talk about my Creator Network Agency. So if you are interested in the free Creator Network Agency, I talk about that as well. So I'm happy to answer questions for you all. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate the support. So I just got started. I just came on just now. So if you are new to my live, feel free to come in and ask questions. In the beginning, I talk about all things live streaming. So in the beginning, I have to share out my live. So I'm going to share out my live right now. Sharing out the live as we speak and connect. I want to make sure I'm answering questions as well. And I always put it in my story and I share it out so people know that we are live right now. Hey, Some Sugar, how you doing, friend? How's everything going? How is your wisdom teeth healing? Are you fine now? Let me know if everything's well. Hold on one second. I'm sitting up here setting my screen. I want to make sure I can't see the screen right now so you guys see me. And we're gonna talk in a second. Hey, friend, how you doing? I'm trying to see who came in. Black Lotus, how you doing, friend? Hello, E-Nurse. Appreciate you. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm much better. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know what I had? I know I didn't have it later in life, but I had my wisdom teeth. Hey, voice guru. I had my wisdom teeth pulled when I was in my 20s. Ooh, Lord, I remember. It was nothing nice. Hello, thank you for that 200 days. My goodness, look at you, friend. Oh my gosh, thank you for that daily heart me as well. Go voice guru. Let's clap to Some Sugar. 200 days. Wow. You know what? This year has gone by so fast, in my opinion. So fast. It is one of those things where when you look back and it's like, oh my gosh, what all did I accomplish? What all did I do in this year? So that's how I feel about 2025. Hello, how you doing, friends coming in? Thank you so much for joining. And so it's one of those years. We'll talk about that because I attended the Mel Robbins session yesterday, and I learned, and it was so affirming. I'm gonna use that word. It was confirmation for me. Oh Lord, it was confirmation. I need to set up an appointment with you, E-Nurse. I got over 5,000 followers from one post. All are positive. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Yes, let's set up an appointment. Let me know which day works for you, friend. Um, I am. Tuesday is good. I think I have a. Let me see. What time did we say? I think I have to send the invite. I have one appointment on Tuesday. I think you could be my second. Let me check real quick so I can tell you a date, and then you just message me in TikTok and let me know if it works. Just message me and let me know which one works. Did I not do it? I sent it yet. Why don't I see it? I thought I did. Oh, I have to go back and look. Okay, I'm gonna have to look in my inbox and see because I thought I scheduled it. I don't see it in there though, so I'm gonna go back and look. I'm gonna say 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Let's say Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll message me and I'll tell you which one works. So we're gonna say Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody coming in. I haven't said hi to everybody. Remy, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Happy, how are you? Thank you for the populars. Thank you for the stickers. Holla cute. Nika, Grace flying in. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate the follow, Indigo. Thank you for that. Emma, how are you, friend? You said I'm still looking for the mamas. So, E-Nurse, I'm so proud of you. You said you had a video and your video. So that's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this because it could be one post. It could be one live. It could be anything. And then all of a sudden you're in this spotlight. And so she said she got a video that essentially got her a lot of followers. She almost going viral. And did you look at Mel's Robbins her presentation yesterday? Who all went to the presentation? Because I do want to debrief. Let me know if I need to turn my boxes on. I want to talk. Let me know if that's the direction we need to take this. Because that was so powerful. And at one point she talked about the caregivers. I don't know if you peeped that. I don't know if you was there for that because it was towards the end. She answered the question acknowledging that there is a caregiver component to how you support people, how you give your time, and recognizing that you got to care for the caregivers. Okay, so I thought about you when she said that. Is there a replay? I don't know. You say you have her book. Awesome. You said me. Look at you, Black Lotus. You did go because we talked about it in your live yesterday. I don't know if there's a replay. It would be good. She said she's going to do it more often, but I don't know if it's going to be available for replay. It would be interesting how they do it on TikTok. I guess you would have to put it on the YT, to be honest with you, or someplace else. Show me. How you doing, friend? Come on in. Appreciate you coming in. Yes, Remy. Thank you so much. Caregivers are important to her. They are. They are. Because, that's the whole concept of her let them. At some point she's saying, as a caregiver, you got to care for yourself. And sometimes you got to let them deal with whatever they got to deal with without you coming in to support all the time. But I love that. In case no one's told you today, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. I felt that. I felt that. So thank you for that. I appreciate you saying that. But I am proud of you too for coming in, just shining a bright light. I love that. Hello, friends coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you for the taps. Hey, pals. Appreciate you coming through, friend. Thank you, Happy, for the Fest Pops. Thank you for the Fest Pops. I appreciate you, friends. So, yeah, I want to talk about that. I mean, her session was really good. How you doing, Professor B? Her session was really good in the sense that she was talking about a lot of stuff I'm going to say the collective we, because I know all of us are sharing, many of us are sharing this message of, don't be afraid. Be consistent. Stay at it. You can do it. We can do hard things. And so that's pretty much what she was sharing. Thank you for being here to share great information. You're so welcome, Remy. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, we could do this. This is not just for the people with a lot of followers. You know what I'm saying? This is not just for them. This is for all of us. We all can do this. And, just being of the mindset that says, okay, you know what? Everybody had to start somewhere. Everybody had an origin story. Everybody had a beginning. And at some point and she talked about that yesterday. She said she was doing this for almost 14 years, I believe. She's been doing this for a while. She's been in the game for a while. And you saw that live stream. Her live stream at the end had over 200,000 views. You saw the little number ticking in the corner. By the end of it, she ended it with over 200,000 people in her room around the world. She named it like, I'm the third top podcaster in the world. And so just recognizing whatever you're talking about, whatever you're doing, there's an audience for you. And you just need to stay consistent and keep doing it. Yes, I enjoyed it. The 6 questions were everything. They were, and And again, those questions are things that at the end of the day we all should be thinking about. So, okay, TikTok gave me the heart me's as a flash goal. TikTok, you interrupted my flow with these heart me's, but yes, TikTok gave me the flash goal. If you don't mind supporting, I appreciate it. If you have not sent your heart me, you're welcome to send it now. If you sent your heart me, thank you so much. I know TikTok does the most, but let me know if you want to share your heart me. That'll be appreciated, friends. Thank you, Nika Grace. I see you, friend. You said I always hold my heart me. Because TikTok will do me. And it was about time, y'all. I had been escaping the heart me flash goal for several weeks now. so so I have escaped it and now well, several days rather, not weeks. And now it's back. So I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you so much. How you doing, Miss K Latte? I responded again to your last message. So let me know if you have any other questions. And I'm happy to talk about it here if we need to. Um, Matter of fact, I probably will say something about it just so that other people are aware of it. Um, Thank you so much. You're welcome, friend. Thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you joining. Hey, Dr. Trish, thank you so much. TikTok gave me the flash goal of heart me's. If you don't mind supporting with by sending a daily heart me. Um, but what the 6 questions that were brought up, so let's kind of go through this. The very first thing she said, and I've been saying it all week. That's why I said it was kind of confirmation for me. The session was really, really good, and it was confirmation. And y'all know your girl. Y'all know how I do. I got my notes. I got my notes. I got my notes. I got 2 to 3 pages of notes here, just notes. And I was like, okay, let me take notes because for me, I look forward to sessions that I can sit in on. I think I see it as professional development. That's the way I look at it. I look forward to sessions I can sit in on that I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm taking something in and aside, and I tell you guys, sometimes it's not the messenger, it's the message. And so for me, I was like, let me get the message from here. I love that. I screen recorded it. You want me to put it, you said you want me to put it up on school. Oh, if you could, that'd be awesome because Halleck, you just asked about a replay. Um, how you doing, Gabriella? Thank you so much for joining the live stream. So Halleck, you just asked for a replay. So if you want to share it that way, that would be awesome. Sure will do. Thank you so much. Like I said, sometimes, I know I heard people in my life. I don't have any ill feelings towards Mel Robbins. I like her approach. I like her thinking. It aligns with my viewpoint in life. Thank you so much. So I'm not sure if there's some other baggage that I'm not aware of, or some other, narratives that she's had that people feel a certain way about her. But the times I've seen her, this podcast I've looked in on, the guests that she's had on her podcast, I've seen her content that way, and the guests I think are phenomenal. And so for me, it works. Now, other people, maybe not so much. But with that being said, the message is still relevant. Sometimes I have to divorce myself from the messenger. It's not about the messenger, it's the message that I'm taking away. And so for me, that's the way I looked at her session, in a way of saying, okay, what am I going to learn from this session that is going to help me as I think about 2026? Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for supporting with the daily heart me's. TikTok did give it as a flash goal. I need 4 more heart me's, so I appreciate everybody coming in, supporting. Hey, Dr. James, how are you doing, friend? Just let them. Thank you. Let me. Let me ramble. How you doing, friend? Thank you so much. Dr. Lisa, Dr. James here. He may be interested in agency. He was in my live earlier. Yes, Dr. James, thank you for coming back again. Let me know if you have any questions. I do have it up there and I'll say this, the boards is advertising. It just depends on how you want to use your board. So for me, it's kind of my marketing message, so you know that I'm here also to support, but if you want to join the agency, I'm happy to talk about that as well. And so with the session she did, the very first thing that she talked about, and she didn't go in deep with it, but to me, that's at its core. She said, what's your why? And if you're in my live right now and you're trying to do this TikTok live stream, or you're thinking about making a go at this, I would ask you, what's your why? We've been talking about the why. The why has to be at its core. Thank you so much, Piles. I appreciate your project, Luke. The why has to be at its core. Why you're showing up. Why are you doing this? Are you trying to launch your business? Are you trying to do marketing and promotion for your business, your service, your consultation, your digital products, whatever you're trying to do? What's your why? I got a restriction on my live the other day because the audio went out. Is that the same as a V? No. No. R's are different from V's. Yeah, ours is, so I give the analogy of an R is like when you were in high school and you got in school detention. You know, you had to stay after school and sit in detention. Now, a girl didn't have to do that often. I'm just saying, I had like one time for talking back. So I got in trouble for it. But beyond that, I never went to detention. But so that's what it is, like a restriction for that particular live stream, for that particular thing that you did in that live stream. They restricted your views to the FYP. Okay. They said your live stream, what you were doing, your audio went out, or you said something or did something. They were like, you got to go in timeout. You got to be in detention for that, for what happened. So you won't get pushed out to the FYP. A V is the other thing that happens to you if you get in trouble. Maybe you got to fighting and did something really bad in high school and you got suspended. So now they said, hey, you got to go home for a couple days, sit down, your parents got to come in, all the other stuff that happens with. So that's the difference. So you are actually suspended for a couple days. It could be up to a week. So two different ways of thinking about your live stream and what happened in your live stream. Thank you for the FYPs. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you so much. Thank you for being in here, Dimitri. Is that it, Dimitri? Thank you for coming in, friend. Appreciate you sharing your information in the chat so people know who you are and what you're about. Thank you for supporting. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you as well. And so those who are coming in, thank you so much. We are, appreciate that, friend. We are in the midst of a flash goal. We need 3 more heart me's if you want to support. That's the flash goal that TikTok has for us. It is the heart me's this morning. And so feel free to support the flash goal. If you haven't done so already, I know the heart me's is the challenging one. I know. Nikki, you're so funny. The heart me's is the challenging one because obviously you guys come in, you support, you give that heart me, and it is what it is. And so TikTok says, well, let's see if we can get some more. So we'll see. With that, the why. Let's go back to the why. Thank you, Dr. Trish. Appreciate your friend. Let's go back to that why, because that why is at its core. Everything you do should be on the premise that I am moving the needle, elevating my why. Okay? That's what I'm doing. This is for my why. And I want you to be real with yourself about the why. Thank you so much, Fred, coming back in. I want you to be real with yourself about your why, because sometimes we pick a why. It's like, oh, I'm doing this for my family. Oh, I'm doing this for my kids. That's not what this is about. Because if that's why you're doing it, then those are the reasons why you will ultimately end up quitting. Because you're going to like, well, it doesn't satisfy my family and it's not conducive to what I'm doing anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. Those are the reasons why you're not going to continue and persist, because your why is misaligned. So you got to think about your why in terms of saying, okay, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to make a go at this, because another thing she said, and I don't know if people caught this, and again, her whole session was confirmation that what I've been saying, what we've been talking about, is real. This is what we've been saying. Can you give? Oh, you're talking to somebody. Okay. It's real in terms of how you think about this point of going live. One more heart me. Oh, we need one more. If you are new to the room and have not shared your heart me, TikTok does have it as a flash goal. So one more would be greatly appreciated, friends. When it comes to that why, and ultimately why you want to continue, she said it. It's not something you do for one time. This is going to take maybe years. Thank you so much, E-Nurse. I appreciate you. It's not a one and done. You got to stay at it. Everybody who's grown and has had persist over time, they've grown because they stayed at it through the ups and downs. It takes years. Okay? So again, when I talk about my 2025 year, that was my year. You said true. Yeah. That was my year of just getting acclimated, coming here, showing up, being consistent. 2026 is going to be my next year of growth. And then, so when everything's said and done, I'm looking forward to, I said, I'm on a 5-year strategic plan. We'll see what that looks like when 2030 comes around here. What are my numbers? How have I grown? What does my programs and services look like? How am I taking each day as a learning opportunity and a growth opportunity and using that and leveraging it for the next thing? Thank you for the daily Harmony. I appreciate you guys. We achieved that flash goal. We did. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you so much for the support that you did with getting that flash goal achieved. So what she said from the beginning to the end was really powerful. I just want you guys to hone in on your why. And so do me a favor, as we are here right now, if you know your why, put it in the chat. If you know your why, put it in the chat. And your why doesn't have to be something where you're like, oh well, my initial thought was like, hey, I just wanted to make money online. I'm looking for a side hustle. That's fine. If that's your why, that's okay. Now your why might evolve to something a little bit more, thinking about your community and growing and sharing your gift and talents in a way that people are going to learn and grow from you. And you want to reach the masses, and you want to have a community that's flourishing and people are learning and sharing information that you convey to them. It can evolve to that, and maybe that's not the vision right now, but it can become the vision. But if your why is a simple, hey, you know what, I came here because I'm thinking about, okay, what does it mean for me to make an additional $500 a month? How do I get to that? Like, that's what I want to do. Or what does it mean for me to, get to the point where this becomes my primary employment and I'm doing this as my main job? Like that's something you can strive for. My why, because God has given me gifts to share to others through my own healing journey. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, because of that, you're here, you're sharing, you're posting, you're being consistent. All those things matter. Because if that's your why, then that means that you can't say, I don't want to do this no more. Because I don't want to share my gifts with my healing journey with other people no more. I don't want to do it no more. I mean, and so just think of it like that. Like, if this is something that you're like, I'm good now. Like, your why should drive you. Your why should be the reason why you're continually doing this. Now, along the way, you may come up with some additional reasons. You may come up with some other things that you want to share with people. You may come up with more things that you're going to say, I'm going to do, and maybe a few things I'm not going to do because it doesn't align with my why. And so that's fine. So you really have to think about this, because ultimately it doesn't happen overnight. Again, this takes time. Okay. And if you have people who are saying they did it quickly, then I would say you might want to go back and ask them a little bit more about their process. So I love that eNurse came in, because eNurse, I'm going to be honest with you, like, when it comes to your journey, you said my why is caregiving is not a solo activity and caregivers need help. Because I love eNurse in a sense that she said it early on. I think we met. I think we met at least twice so far. And we met and she said, I'm growing my community. I'm building new followers. And so she's been tracking. Every time we meet, she tells me updates that she's made. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going at it. And so if you track how she started, eNurse, go ahead and put it in the chat for us. Because I think in August, you definitely had under 500 followers. I think I'm pretty sure of that. I'm thinking it's like somewhere around 300. You had under 500 followers in August when you first joined the agency. And to say in December she's at 5,000, y'all, I'm just saying. And her room is not one of those rooms that's rooming. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You said I have 400 followers. Now I have 550, 100, y'all. Okay? That's growth. Now, it's not that her room is rooming, but the people she's impacting them. They're connecting with her. She said she had a video. She's doing her content. She had a video that obviously did very well. I'm going to say viral level. And that got her more followers as well. because people are resonating with her message. The beauty of this too is that because she's showing up, because she's being consistent, she's becoming more comfortable in front of the camera. She's talking to people, she's engaging, she's having a whole community that she's supporting. It's a small community, but it's a community that she's showing up for. So just recognize that's the beauty of this. This is not about you having your room where hundreds and thousands of people in the room. It's about your growth. Your growth. That has to be at the center of this. Free Creative Records. Do I DM for more information? Hey friend, how you doing? Is it Montrese? Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining. I typically I'll do a commercial in a second. I'll talk about the agency in a second. So let me know if you have questions though. Are you already going live? That's the first part of this. You got to be a live host. So let me know if you already go live, because the Creative Network Agency for people who are going live and being consistent with their live hosting. Hey, how you doing? Unwritten Unstoppable. Are you staying warm? Thank you for joining, friend. Let me know if you're staying warm. Are you feeling better as well? So you said, happy Sunday. How are you? I have gone live, but not consistent. Okay, so that's the first step. You got to have live access before TikTok can approve you to be in the program. So that's the first thing for you to be with any agency. So definitely go live. And then I'll talk about my agency in particular. It is a free program. All Creator Network agencies are free on TikTok, and I'll explain how that works. But essentially, the first step is that you go live. Yeah. Aligns with my spirit, fighting my voice daily while sharing and helping folks find their own voice. And you're doing it. You are absolutely doing it. You know what? I brag about you at least once a week. But but let me just say, you got me in my head thinking like, okay, wait a minute. There's something bigger here I need to think about. And this is a person, I tell you guys all the time, my voice to me, you guys are so sweet because y'all say, oh, it's so soothing, it's so calming, it's so, you have your own insecurities. And my voice was an insecurity for me. Question, have you had much luck streaming your TikTok lives on YT? Luck is relative. Luck is relative. It's all relative. I personally think I've been good, but it's all relative. So it's not a lot of people in the room. I'll get waves of people coming and going out of my YouTube channel. I'm streaming right now, and I've grown since April. I started it. So to go live on YouTube, you gotta have 50 subscribers. And I started in April going live and just co-streaming my live streams here, and then ultimately what has happened is I've got now at 952. We'll see if I get more today, but I have 952 subscribers. And so for me, that's growth. That's great growth. It's tremendous. Now there's some things I need to tweak in terms of how I do it, but I do it. I do show up consistently with it. So yeah. So how you doing, friend? Today is -10. I'm staying in, yes, you definitely gotta stay in the house. I'm in Florida. Thank you, friend. Yes, where I'm from. Just got a lot of my family things going on. I'll be back strong real soon. Okay, friend, take your time. I know you've been under the weather and it's been a little bit of a struggle. You have a spiritual gift, and thank you for sharing your journey with us. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Ms. K Latte. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. You said that's awful. What's awful? What happened? What's awful? What I say? What I say, Nika? I'm thinking of reactivating my YT, but my followers are a different demographic. Yeah, mine apparently are too. That's probably what I would say on the cons list. If I had a pros and cons list of how I do the YT, yeah, I'm all over the world. Okay. But I see this as early growth. And as time goes on, the right people are going to find me. Now, YouTube is a little different, so we'll see if the algorithm agrees with me on that. But ultimately, I need to work on my messaging. YouTube is on my list of things I need to work on in 2026. And so I will be intentional about updating my content over there and trying to be a little bit more tailored to who I'm talking to. So that's part of YouTube. But if you can make some content that's relevant to the audience you wish to have and connect with, I think it's worth it. You said I have 500 subs with there, but haven't posted in over a year and have a young demographic. Yeah, so I mean, let's be real. Let's be real about this. When we think about our growth, and we talk about it here a little bit, we start our channel off just grasping at straws, grasping for any followers. We're trying to grow our channel. We're trying to grow our platform here. We're trying to grow, grow, grow. And we're in these grow rooms. Those ain't the right people we want to talk to. We're in these other places. We're not meeting with our ideal target audience. And so with that, the early stages are people who may not be the people we want to talk to. I get that. And I'm following that same notion with the YT. Like my early growth is not necessarily my people I want to talk to, but as I grow more, as I build more content, as I become a little bit more tailored in what I'm saying and who I'm talking to and my messaging, I'll come across the people who really are for me. And so my first 1,000 may not be all the right people, but my next 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 will be. That's the way I'm looking at it. Now, does the algorithm agree with me? I don't know. So we'll see. But that's the way I see this. It was so hard to give. I know it's hard. It's hard. But what I learned is the YT streaming does help. Streaming does help with your followers. Um, your content is important over there in terms of how you do your descriptions, thumbnails, and what you're saying in those in the content as well, because the algorithm's listening to you. So it will get better. You said I got them from shorts. Okay. Yeah, so I would say, use some of your content from TikTok if it's a little bit more tailored, and maybe use that to build up as well. Hey, how you doing, Letitia? Letitia, thank you so much. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you for the populars. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate everybody coming in, following as well. Your fruit of the Spirit is definitely patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. Look at there. Thank you for that. You said, new follower, got a hop, but we'll catch another live soon. And thank you. You're welcome. I go live daily, twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm in Florida. So you're welcome to come back. I hope I shared that before you left. But yes, you're definitely welcome to come back. And let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to talk about this and go live. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate the roses. I appreciate everybody coming in and supporting. Great to see you as well, friend. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa Cares. Let's share out live. Yes, share the live, share the live. we definitely have 87 shares. Let's get some more likes going as well. Let's see if we can get to 50K as a milestone. Hey, friend, how you doing? Glow popping in as well. Thank you all for the populars. So, couple things that came. I was going to talk about the top 6 things that Mel Robbins talked about. And so I always talk about this from the context of the live stream experience, going live, making sure you guys are thinking about your why and your purpose for doing this, especially if you're in the agency already, and if you're thinking about why I want to do this, why I want to start, that's going to be important as well. Thank you so much. What was the person's name? What person? You talking about the person I was just talking to about needing to go live? What person's name? Oh, the person, Mel Robbins? Is that what you're talking about? That we did the session with? Or that did the session? I'm saying we did the session with. Like, I was part of her guest. Yeah, Mel Robbins. Okay, Mel Robbins. I just messaged you back. Mel Robbins. Oh, not with the apostrophe. I don't know why that it auto-corrected that. So Mel Robbins had a session yesterday. So let me start over. So Mel Robbins had a session yesterday that was a special event session on TikTok. And I shared it in our group chat here on TikTok. And Dr. Trish screen recorded. So she's going to post it in the school platform. So if you missed it, hopefully you can see it that way. I thought it was really good. The session was based on, she's a life coach. That's her main, that's what she does. She's a life coach and she has a podcast. She said, yes, I will post it. And so she has a podcast, from her account, she's the #3 podcaster in the world. So she's been really successful. When it comes to her podcast, she will have different guests on there from all around the world. When you think about people who are in this space of motivational mindset, life coaching, you have some people who have had success in their career and they're writing a book, or they've done some things that are more recent things that they're doing, and she's showcasing the work that they're doing with other people. And so really good podcast in general. Personally, I'm a fan. I know some people may not be a fan. I have not necessarily seen any narrative that would make me not think that she's a good-hearted person, and a person that, at the end of the day, is just trying to live out her why. And her why seems to be a servant why. So because of that, I see that's the message I take away. So when she's talking, or she has different people on her podcast, I'm like, okay, I like the message. Now, granted, not everybody's for everybody. So, you can decide what part of information you want to take in, what part of that narrative you want to be able to say, okay, I see how it aligns with what I'm doing in my life. But yesterday she was having a session that was talking about the 6 questions you should ask yourself as you plan your goals for 2026. And the questions to me were questions we should be asking ourselves. like, like these are not questions we should not ask ourselves. These are questions we should actually sit down every year and reflect on. We should. This is like, she didn't do anything earth shattering. It was just really basic things that you need to take account for. And if you're living this life, living this journey of life, then you need to reflect on it. And that's what she was asking you to do. Reflection at its core. And then because of that reflection, it'll shape how you think about your goal setting for the next year. That's all it was. And so the first thing she talked about, and she didn't go into deepness the way I've kind of, and to a certain extent I've talked about here, but she said, what's your why? And your why needs to be the driving force of why you're doing things. And your why really should be centered on you. It really should be. It can't be other people. And she talked about that later. Because when you make it about other people, then again, you're not putting yourself at the center. That's the same thing that E-Nurse talks about. When you think about being a caregiver, who's caring for the caregivers? So when you're doing all this for other people and they become your why, then what does it mean for you? And so that's what I took away from that too. But she didn't go that deep, but she did kind of touch on that concept of caregiving. So I just think that's important, because sometimes you have to say no to people, and that's her whole book that she talks about. With the book, she coined the term "let them." And that's her book. So you want to understand that concept of let them, because a lot of times we are doing things for other people, and at the end of the day, you got to let them be disappointed. Sometimes you got to let them do things on their own. You got to let them realize that you're not going to always be their safety net. And so essentially she's saying, with this whole concept, like sometimes you got to put yourself at the center. You got to work on you. You got to do things for yourself. Sometimes you got to let people go. And so I love that, because I'm of that mindset. Thank you very much. I'm of that mindset, because sometimes I'm like, you know what? I was the helicopter parent. I'm a recovering helicopter parent, because I still, obviously being a parent, you said amen to that. You always kind of want to take care for your kids. They are a part of you. And doing that, you want to make sure you're being thoughtful and mindful of their needs. But being in this space in my life where I have the older ones and then I have the little guy, I'm able to say, okay, you know what? All that stuff I did for the older ones, I ain't gotta be that person. I don't have to be that person. I put that responsibility on myself. And at the end of the day, I think it helps shape them. Don't get me wrong. They're very good kids, good hearted people, and driven. And because of that, they've seen my husband, they've seen me in terms of how we live our lives and how we have been able to support them and make it look probably effortless and easy in terms of balance and stuff. But at the same time, we did a lot. We did a lot. And so do we have to do that for the youngest one? Maybe not so much. Maybe we think about things differently. Maybe we approach parenting from a different approach. He has a different generation of parents too. So he's dealing with just recognizing that we're older, we're in a different stage in our life, and so our ability to do is probably not the same the way we were doing before. So he's gonna have a different life experience, and I've made peace with that. I'm okay with that, and he still feels loved, and everything that we're doing, he feels like it's a first time experience and loving every minute of it. So that's okay. I don't have to over exert myself the way I was doing the first time around. I definitely get it. I have a gap in age with my second son and my youngest son. Yeah, yeah. You just have a different mindset about parenting, and I'm okay with that. And I'm now at a place in my life where I can make me really the center. I feel like I can be my why, and they can be a piece of it, but they don't have to be the center. So I'm at that space in my life that I can say that and feel comfortable with saying that. Exactly. So that's that. So again, her session was very affirming to me. I felt like, okay, this is what I've been thinking, this is what I've been saying to a certain extent here, and now someone else is kind of confirming everything I've been doing, everything I've been thinking, everything. I feel like I've gotten to a place in my life I can honestly say is right for me. And when I say that and share it with you all, I feel like, okay, hey, now you can go and look elsewhere to find other people who are saying similar things to help you along your journey. Who are we talking about? Mel Robbins. She had a session yesterday about goal setting for 2026. How you doing, Mama T? Thank you so much for that daily heart me. Okay, so let's go over the 6 questions really quickly so you guys have this. And if you didn't get a chance to go to it, you said oh. If you didn't get a chance to go to it, Dr. Trish, I'll have it in the school. These are for people who are in the agency, so you'll have access to it that way. Um, One thing, the very first question. So there were 6 questions. So just know that these are things that you might want to think about and write down as part of your goal setting process. And I always talk about it from even a live streaming. Like if you look at it from the context of live streaming, like why are you doing this? What is going on? Are you tracking your growth? Awesome. Level 10. Thank you so much, friend, for being here. Are you tracking your growth intentionally? That's going to be important. Like I love, thank you so much, the balance boss. Look at your friend coming in TikTok to listen to my message. Got great balance. Good morning. Um, eNurse just said when she started in August in the agency, she had about 400 followers. It's December. She could have stopped at any point. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, she's not one of the rooms that have her room is rooming. Now her room is going to be rooming. Let's be real about it. But her room has been growing. She's had a few people come through and that have been consistent supporters and followers. And she's delivering a message. She's becoming more at ease and comfortable with her platform. She's done all the things to make sure she is present. She is here. She's showing up daily, almost daily. I think you are daily, aren't you, friend? And just recognizing she's gone from 400 to 5,100. Okay. So, hey Joel, how you doing, friend? So 5,100. Now, I will say that is amazing. First of all, first and foremost. Now, just recognizing. You said, "Wow, yeah." She had a video that did really well. That's why I tell you guys, you got to keep posting the content. You can't sleep on the content because the content is where people will find you as well. The content is going to drive people to your page. The content is important for them to be able to know that what your message is. And then they're going to say, okay, well, let me come in and click and see what's going on here and connect with this person. That's where the content is important. And so because of that, she's grown. Her content is done well. Thank you so much. How you doing, Joe? I really appreciate coming by your session too. So after mail, I went to Joel's session. So really quickly, y'all, let me just do a quick commercial for Joel. So if you were interested in stock, right now he is doing a little bit more advanced teaching towards this end of the year. He says it himself, and I will say that is true. He's focused on options, but he does stock training. So if you're interested in that, definitely tap into him. If you're thinking about how do I learn, how do I grow, I love his teaching because I sat in on your session. It was really good. He does it from a beginner concept, and I told you I went to that session with the Charles Schwab, and I learned from there. So what you were sharing just reinforced what I had already learned, but at the same time, I had forgotten. so when you were saying, I was like, oh yeah, that is it. Okay, I remember that. And so the whole time I was listening, I was like, okay, I got it. I need to come more because that's the terminology and the definitions is the thing that you need to know and understand so that you can really play the game. But ultimately, he's a great teacher. So definitely tap into him if that's something you're curious about, you want to learn about. but you're trying to figure out how to start. And then on top of that, if I understood correctly, I'm plugging you up, friend. If I understood correctly, he is going to be starting in January the beginner sessions. So definitely follow him and connect with him so you know how you can slowly get started. That's something you're looking at doing. So you don't have to jump into the options part, which is a little bit more advanced. You can start over with him in January. Okay. So you can really be at the beginning part of this. And that's going to be early January. I think if I understood, January 3rd. How you doing, Amber? How you doing, the original Aboriginal? Thank you so much for being here, friends. Yes, beginning January 2nd. January 2nd. So January 2nd, he'll start his beginner stages. So definitely tap him if you're curious about learning anything to do with the stock market. Okay. He does stock education. Okay. And then he's also, just so that you guys know, he is my favorite for Journey. This is her nephew. He's her nephew. And so they're going to be working together, collaborating together as well with her live stream. She talks about TikTok coaching, TikTok tips and stuff, and helping you understand the live streaming process as well, and leagues. She goes really deep into that. And so they're going to be collaborating, I think, this week. So put that in a chat for us too, Joel. But I think that's coming up this week. So if you want to see the two of them in action. So yes, the others coming in the room, thank you so much for being here. I see you all coming in. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate the support. We were talking really quickly. We're talking about mindset. So this kind of mindset conversation as we think about our goals for 2025, 2026. And as we're doing this, I want you guys to be intentional. Thank you so much. Appreciate the best gear. And so as we do this, I want you guys to be intentional. So what I was recapping, I set in on a session before I went to Joel's session. I set in on a session for the special event that Mel Robbins had. Okay. And so that's what we were talking about here. So I set in on her session. I was going to go through the 6 questions that she talked about. Yep. Starting Monday at, thank you so much, Joel. Thank you for that, friend. You said, yep, starting Monday at 11 a.m. or p.m. Let me know if that's a.m. or p.m. Eastern. Collaborating with my favorite for Journey. And I'm thinking a.m. I think that's 11 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. It's early morning. Because I know she does late nights too. a.m. Okay. I know she does go on late. But yeah, so that's 11 a.m. So they'll be doing that session together. So thank you all for coming in. Thank you for the engagement. Definitely connect with folks in the room. That's what this is about. If you guys keep the chat going, that'll be awesome. Tap the screen and share out the live. Let me know about your network agency. Okay. Let me know this, Jassy. Do you go live? Let me know if you go live. I'm retired from the state of California marriage. Love all types of craft. Look at that, friend. Thank you so much for the fest cheers. Let me know if you go live. The reason why I asked that question is because that's what the agency is. It's a free creator network agency. So let me know if you go live. I will give a commercial. So let me go through the first 3 questions that she posed, and then I'll give the commercial for the agency. If you guys are curious, anybody curious about the agency. Many of the people in the room are in the agency, but I'm happy to talk about the agency from a way of supporting you and as you grow. So I am one of the agencies that really focus on helping beginners understand how to navigate TikTok live streaming, helping you with hosting strategy, monetization strategies, tips to go live, tips to engage your community, as well as all agencies have the ability to support you if you're in violation or if your account is banned, so we can submit an inquiry on your behalf. TikTok has a whole platform for us to see your live stream, see your data and analytics, and I teach that too because I want you guys to be data-driven approach. And I just talked about eNurse and her growth. That's because we talk about the importance of looking at those goals for yourself. Are you looking at your follower count? Are you paying attention to the watch time? Are you paying attention to how people are going, engaging in your live stream, the comments, the shares, the likes? Are you also looking at your diamonds? That's the monetization. Are you looking at how many days and times you go live? So days matter as well as how many streams you do. So I want you to be intentional about your data and have a data-driven approach. Just started to, I'm waiting to gain 1,000 followers, about 200 plus away for the next milestone. You don't need 1,000 followers to go live though. No, you don't. You don't need, hey, neat nurse. You don't need 1,000 followers to go live. I don't know if that's what you're saying. But you shouldn't wait. You should just start going live and getting comfortable in front of the platform. which is 2,000 followers. Okay, the agency is free. The agency is free. It does say free. You saw where I put that assumption that said free. It is a free program. Essentially, TikTok has it where through the Scale Live Rewards, you earn and monetize on TikTok. TikTok takes a percentage. And then with TikTok's percentage, they pay the agency. So that's how it works for the affiliate program. Okay, you're looking for TikTok shop. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Some Sugar. See you, friend. Um, Back to Mel Robbins. Let me just talk through that a little bit more, just so that if you're here listening, I want you to walk away. I want you to gain some tools, some information to help you prepare for the next year. If you are not a person that reflected about 2025, if you have not thought through what happened in the last year, it's critical that you have that reflection moment, that you sit back and think about, what did I learn, what did I gain, what went well, what didn't, and just make sure that you understand how things went so you can plan for the future. Yes, tell us the tea. You're so funny. He said, "Oh, okay, tell us the tea, girl." Okay, real quick. First question that she talked about: what was hard about last year? What was hard about last year? What was the thing that challenged you about last year? And keep it in mind, we could do hard things because we got through it. But what was hard about last year for you? Okay. So recognizing what was challenging, what was the things that was difficult, you need to put that in perspective. Because the perspective is that you're now in December, and whatever was hard, you've navigated. And now you might still be in the midst of it, but you've navigated through it. Okay? Or navigating. Okay? So what was hard about last year? Think about it. Was there, I know a lot of people had the whole furloughs they had to deal with, and the government shutdown, or losing their job, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been financial. It could have been loss of a loved one, loss of some other thing that was important to you. So just recognizing that that happened, not to say that it didn't happen, but it did happen. So document what was hard about last year. Okay. The next question she wanted you to think about was essentially, what was the best part of last year? So if you're going to talk about the bad, you got to talk about the good. I started, got momentum, got scared, reconciled that, and now going with so much grace and gratitude. I love that. I did the expense of things and changed my why financial life. Yeah, I love that. Hallelujah. My challenge in breakthrough of last year was demanding the alone time and space in my house to work. Ooh, I know. I can relate to that, Hallelujah. I can definitely relate to that. Demanding, requiring. I can relate to that. Yeah. That was hard. And I know it was a hard thing because we always make ourselves available and accessible, and everybody come to us and be like, I'm doing this. No, I'm not available. I got you. I got you for that. I felt every bit of that. Since I retired in the previous year was much better for me. Ooh, I love that. Everyone had their own room in this house but me. Ooh, yes. Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. I reclaimed a room that my nephew he was staying in. This was his room at one point, like a guest bedroom, and I made it my room. It literally is my room. Everything in this room is my room. I redecorated, put a futon in, some other plants, my little fake plants and stuff around the room. It's my room. Yeah. I was very, very sick. However, today my health is 90% back. I love that. I love that. I love that. So, and you're doing well. You're going into 2026 healthy. I love that. Financially, this year was much harder. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. It sometimes you have years like that it's just, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. Okay. Yeah, I get it. When we talk about the best parts of 2025, can we think about the best? What worked? What was something that was good? What was something that really, really stood out for 2025? You know, what did you look at and say, okay, now We're good. My decline in health was the hardest. I know. Hey, Dr. Duchess. I know, but you're in recovery, so you're good. You're improving, so that's good. Meeting some amazing people on TikTok. I love that. Protecting my boundaries to focus on my business and seeing positive results. Yes, yes, you are on this high trajectory. I love it. Yeah, I love that. And that's the beauty of this too, because obviously that's my reality as well. TikTok, thank you so much. TikTok is my 2025 story. It is. TikTok is my 2025 story. TikTok, in so many ways, has opened up a person that was so dormant, that was inside me. I was sitting there just kind of just waiting. It is my 2025 story. That's the best part of the year for me. I believe God and I am still here. I love that. I love that. She took the words out of my mouth. I love it. Owning my presence and my voice, being okay with taking up space. I love that. If it wasn't for the great people on TikTok, well, I love it. Can you tell us about your story? Oh, awesome, Sugar. You so sweet. You said, can you tell us about your story? Me too. Same. Yes, mine too. Happy Sunday. Well, some Sugar, she knows the story. She's just being sweet. Hey, January 1st, I own is my anniversary on TikTok. Hello, thank you so much. Now, granted, in 2024, it really started. The process started working for me and was in play. But January 1st, I see as my go live anniversary. And from that point on, I've done something. I have, in all fairness to myself, and owning things I've done in my lifetime. This is not the first time, but this is probably the most notable time where I've done something and I feel like it was hard, it was challenging, it was out of my comfort zone in my almost big 50 years of life. I would never have thought I would have done this. And I'm here and I'm doing it. I'm showing up and I don't see myself stopping. Okay. So just recognizing over the last 12 months, I've dedicated myself to this in a way that most people will probably have stopped. Many people have stopped. Many people have not started. Just recognizing that it took a lot from me, probably a little bit from my family. I'm not gonna diminish that they've been impacted. But it's something that I can truly say has been a rewarding experience, even with the ups and downs. I can say it's been truly rewarding. So for that, I think just being here, building community, being in a space with all of you all, and being able to do this and grow, and think about how this and other things will be part of my goals for next year. Hey, Sporty Melanated, how you doing? So I appreciate you all. Thank you for letting me say that. I was walking with a cane. No pain, no pain. No pain, no cane. I love that. Take control of my health and diabetes so I can live well. You are, Frank. You look good too with your exercising videos. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the Daily Heart Me. Thank you for sharing. Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. So yeah, this has been a great experience, a great journey. And at the end of the day, we all can do it. You said multiple times. What happened? What's the other part? It must have got cut off. Hold on one second. I said weird. I was just hold on. You said I was just in a live and was making me do the puzzle multiple times. Oh, really? I don't know what that was about. Huh. As a viewer. Oh, wow. I've heard people say that. Just follow first time here. Thank you, Sarah. How you doing, friend? Thank you for being here. Thank you coming back, Sporty Melanated. I appreciate you. I missed your battle because you were battling at the same time Mel was on, so I couldn't be in two places, friend. But Sporty Melanated was a person I battled last week, and she's come back. She's like, I'm gonna come back. First time watching, Angela. How are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Angela, I'm gonna give you some homework. You gotta make sure you have a bio, friend. That's what TikTok, that's how you optimize your profile so people know who you are, what you're about, but also TikTok knows who you are, what you're about. And it'll help with optimizing your profile so we can get pushed out to the right people in terms of your content and stuff. Hey, Leanne, can you tell us more about the Free Creator Network? I will. It's okay, sis. You're amazing. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. for that. Good morning. Okay, thanks. Okay, you will. I think that's what you meant. All right, appreciate you being here. Okay, so agency. I'll talk about the agency in. Give me 1 second. I got one more question I was going to pose before I circle back to the agency. So I'm going to talk about the agency before I go through the last three questions. Tips. Where is the tea? Where is the tea? What you mean? Where's the tea? Tips. So okay, we talking about the six questions that came up. So first question was, what was hard about your last year? Okay, so I want you to think about what was hard about your last year. Second question. Second question. You say, yeah, yeah. Second question. Thank you. You're welcome. What was hard about your last year? What was best, good, great about your last year? Okay. So what was challenging and what was the best parts of it? Okay. So I want you to think about that. And then she said, what did you learn? What did you learn? What was hard about your last year? Yeah. What did you learn? What did you realize based on your experiences? Okay. What did you realize? What did you learn? What did you realize based on those experiences? And so for me, I just recap what was the best about your last year. Yep. And what did you learn? What did you realize based on your last year? So that learning that came from those experiences. And I told you guys, TikTok was the best part of my last year. It was where I told you I had an insecurity. I had a lot of insecurities. I mean, I talk about this all the time because people show up here in this space, and I get it. I tell you guys all the time, I'm an introvert. Okay. And I know it probably doesn't feel that way or seem that way. I'm introverted. Your girl loves to ball up in her bed. I was under my covers. I would binge watch television shows. Literally on a weekend. On a weekend, you did not see me unless I had to run some errands. I was like, okay, I'll get up and go do this, that, and the other on Saturday, and then I'm coming back in my bed. The kids, now we were busy. Don't get me wrong, because being a volleyball mom, there was times I didn't do that, and I was the volleyball mom. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I was the volleyball mom that would sit there in the chair, just sit there and watch the child like this. I wasn't the mom that was like, oh no, no, no. Because in my mind, I was like, you know what? I really don't want to be here. And if I start talking to these people a whole lot, they gonna start inviting me to things and having me do other stuff. I ain't trying to do all that. So I was that person, okay? And on top of that, I was like, I don't want to cheer too hard, and I don't want to be disrespectful to other people's kids, and my child messing up, and then their kids messing up. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit here. So I was that person, and and to do something like this was not on my bingo card. I say that all the time. I can't fit my answers in the chat. You can't fit your answers in the chat. You know what? Sometimes TikTok will do that to you if you write too much. You got to break it up maybe in a couple sentences. Me too. But your passion makes you an extrovert. You come alive. You definitely out of your comfort zone now. I know they're too long. I love that. Need to play Celine Dion's A Love Song. And so it has brought me out of my shell, out of my comfort zone. It has. I was that person. So when I say I was introverted, I was nervous, I was shy, I was, afraid. I was that person to do this. Hold on, TikTok gave me a puzzle now. Soda, TikTok gonna start giving me puzzles. And so I was that person. And recognize when I started doing this really was one of those new year, new me resolutions to say, okay, I'm gonna show up in this way. I gotta do it. I can't be afraid. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna give myself 30 days. I found out that at work I was supposed to be someone else, and then now I found that I didn't. Oh, Jazzy, it went. I found out that at work I was supposed to be someone else, and then now I'm found out that I didn't. So you didn't have to be that person. Is that what you're saying? So you was somebody else at work, and now you don't have to be that person outside. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. And so yeah, and that's it. I know. Here for me, it is. Uh, you know, this was different, especially in the beginning. Did you get the flash card? I did, and it was Heartme's. So I did get Heartme's. Thank you for that. Um, at the end of the day, it was the repetition, the practice, the consistency. I got more comfortable with the platform. I got more comfortable talking. I tell you guys all the time, I love myself. And for me, that's kind of this fear of talking to all of you and talking on the screen. I don't have as much, because it's like, okay, I'm talking to my best friend. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you all the way I would talk to me. Okay. And so that's the way I see it. And my insecurities about my voice and the raspiness and the coughing and congestion, because I have allergies. I suffer from allergies, and my autoimmune stuff is partially part of it too. And so all of that played into my psyche. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just keep going. It's fine. I'm just going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep doing it. And so it's gotten better. It's gotten better. Let me get my commercial. So I gave the 3 questions. I see the question about the Creator Network Agency. So just really quickly, this is a board. And I tell you guys, especially if you're like me, where you're doing the talking head, and I'm not doing anything that is, physical in nature. You don't see me cooking. You don't see me working out. You don't see me doing, crocheting or sound healing or anything like that. So because of that, people oftentimes want to come into a live and see what you're talking about. So a board is a great way to put that out there. Now, for me, it's advertising for the agency, because right now I haven't even been talking about the agency, but the people who are asking know that there's an agency. There is an agency, and I can talk about the program. And so let me talk about it really quickly. It's a free program, so it says free Creator Network agency, because TikTok has agencies to support creators as you go live. It's for the live streaming experience. So the first step is that you have to go live, and you continue to go live. You build your community and stuff, but you got support from my agency. Every agency is different, but you have support because I go live twice a day. You can come here, ask me questions. Hey, Black Lotus. I kind of teach different strategies here, different information. I just talked about the board, and I can show people how to create a board. And so we talk through things depending on what you need and what you are looking to learn. I also do a weekly meeting. We do it on Sundays. We're going to do it today at 6:30 p.m. where we come together as an agency over Zoom, and we kind of share out some more information. We support over here. We do. And so so we do the weekly meetings for the agency. I do one-on-ones. So if you need me to meet with you, you heard your nurse say, hey, I need to meet with you. I've grown. We need to talk. And so I do one-on-ones for you, so we can look at your analytics. We could talk through some different things you might want to do for your live stream. So that's another way to do it. Another way I support. And then I also have a school platform, SKOOL. I said that fast, SKOOL. Where you can go there, and there's some resources there for you to learn about TikTok, the live stream, and I have a 3-page checklist to know to let you know what you should be doing before your live, during your live, and after your live, as well as we have a community chat where you guys can connect with one another, post information. Dr. Trish says she's going to post the Mel Robbins video recording as well. So just know that there's resources out here. There are people who are here to support you. We also have a group chat on TikTok. There's a couple of different group chats because TikTok only lets you do 32 people each. So we have, that's a place where you can share your live. You should always be sharing your live. Share your live, share your content for people to support you and engage so that they know you're going live. The community is a support community. People do show up. And I tell you, I do a disclaimer though. I don't think that should be the expectation. The goal of you going live is for you to grow your community, okay? You're growing your community. You are growing your community based on people who are interested in your topic, interested in learning from you, being inspired by you, and wanting to get information, okay? Whatever you're doing. And so just recognize that the purpose is for you to grow above and beyond any type of agency support. But people who come in your live stream, they probably want you to, they want to support you just the same way they want to get support as well. So recognize that part of this is learning the process of how to be a great viewer. So you hear people tapping the screen, sharing the live out, commenting, doing all the things to support because they understand how that support works, how being a great viewer works. And then in turn, as a live host, you have people from the agency that will come into your live stream and do all the things to help your live hopefully get a little bit more momentum. And your viewers who don't know how to be a great viewer, they understand how to engage. Okay, so I teach that. I teach the engagement strategies here so you all can share different things with your community. You can let them know how to put stickers out for you all. Stickers are in the chat. You hit that great heart. You can share a sticker if you are someone who got the Daily Heart Me. We talk about the Daily Heart Me and the value and importance of that. We talk about understanding the scale live rewards, how long you should go live, how many new followers you need for each and every live, because that's part of the per live metrics that you want to pay attention to. And we talk about other features on this app. So just understanding that this is a great way to grow your community, to monetize, but you got to keep doing it. You got to be consistent. So that's what the agency offers. If you want to join, because like I said, it is free. The based on it being free is because TikTok pays you and they pay the agency. So what they do, thank you so much. TikTok loves when you exchange on this app. Yes, they do engage on this app. Yes. Sorry, and when is it starting? The agency is started. we here. We got over 150 people in the agency. Yeah, we started. We started. Not everybody going live. That's why I say now, if you want to join, you have to have live access and you have to have gone live. Because TikTok, first of all, won't approve you if you're not live and going live. Okay, so that's the first thing. And you got to continue to go live. You got to continue to show up. Okay, and so that's part of the process. You want to make sure you're going live. To join, you got to click my profile here. So how do I join? You got to click my profile picture here, and then you click my mini profile. My agency, so this is my personal account. There's an agency account. I'm going to put hello in the chat just so that you guys can see that and you can follow this account too. I got to put this because I don't want you guys to think somebody is scamming you. So this is the agency's page. Um, okay. And so that's the agency's page. That's the official agency account that's linked for agency communications too. I need to do better with posting content, y'all, over there. I do, because I have like 3 to 4, maybe 10 videos that I could easily make into video content. I just have not done it. So I'm going to do better. So this is the agency page. What I typically do, if you do join, I usually send a message from this account because it's easier. You said, I know. I usually send it because it's easier, but sometimes you'll see it come directly from this page from my account here. But this is my official agency account. You said more content, Doc. I know, I need to. I gotta do better. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I was gonna say today, but today's kind of busy for me. But I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna see if I can get some content on that account too. So okay, so with this with that account, you can join. They both have the application link inside of the profile. So if you click my profile picture here, you will get my mini profile. Click my photo again, it takes you to my main profile. And under my main profile is the web page where you can join the Creator Network Agency. Now, really quickly, TikTok has rules on who can join. Okay. So hello friend, if you are already part of an agency, you cannot join another one. Creator Network Agencies is one per person, not per account. One account, one person. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Thank you for the follow. I need to know what is required for me to of the program, and the affiliate marketing is their information. Okay, let me explain. Let me tell you the things that TikTok says that are requirements before you can get accepted, and I'm going to explain your situation because I think you're asking me something different. One per account per person. One per person on one account. So let me say that clearly. So only one Creator Network agency. And this is what you're asking me. This agency is not a TikTok Shop agency. TikTok Shop Partners is a different program. And so if you're looking for TikTok Shop, I know a little bit about it because I have a TikTok Shop account. I've done that process. I understand it. I talk about it here on occasion, but I'm not a TikTok Shop agency. So that is a different program. So if you're looking for 100% TikTok Shop support, that's a different program you will want to apply to and see if you can get into that agency, one of those agencies. That's kind of what I would share with people. I don't want to mislead you to think I'm only doing shop or that I do shop. I do have some understanding of how to get access, TikTok Shop access, as well as how to post shoppable videos, how to do a shoppable live. I've done it, I understand it. I understand some nuances, but because I'm not a shop agency, I'm not into all the details that happen throughout the year for campaigns for shop or some other changes over there. So I say that as a disclaimer because I don't want people to say, oh, well, I joined because I want it for my shop account. That's not what I do. So, um, but I can get some tips. Okay. Can I have two different, yes, actually you're talking about two different accounts. You can have two different accounts. You can only have one program on each account. So this is TikTok Creator Network program. So for this account, I'm on an agency. For my shop page, which I do show at times, often is my page that I show as a show and tell account. I have shop agency on that account, which is a different agency. I'm still a part of the agency over there. So just recognize you have to have it on separate accounts. Okay, thanks. I actually give the recommendation that if you're going to have TikTok shop and be all in on shop, then you need to either create a separate shop account or recognize that the account you have is a shop account, because TikTok sends people to your shop content different from your regular content. So if your regular content is about crafting and things like that, just recognize that if you're doing shoppable content that maybe is aligned with crafting, maybe you're talking about different crafting products and stuff that are out there, that's great. And you can do some shoppable videos there. But at the end of the day, shop is a different algorithm. Okay, so you kind of want to have a separate page, separate account that you can run all your shop videos. Okay, that's the way I would recommend, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay, hey Flourish, how you doing, friend? How you doing, Urban Eye Candy? And so that is a recommendation, and people have done that. They've created a separate account for their shop, so they can have shop on that account, go with an agency on that account, and they do all they need to do for that account versus their TikTok other account. I do. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for doing these lives. I appreciate all you do. Oh, thank you so much, Alex. I appreciate you. Hey. um, so yeah, so if that's what you're trying to do, then when it comes to an agency, you will probably have two separate agencies, and that's something you can do. Thank you for explaining that. You're welcome. Um, when it comes to other rules for TikTok, you have to be in the US or Canada because that's what my agency is approved for. So you have to be in the right region. And then you also can't be under violation or restriction at the time of applying. And then if you've made over $5,000 over the last 5 months, TikTok says you earn too much, you're good, you don't need an agency. So just recognize that those are the rules for being accepted. So you apply by clicking the link, and then to be accepted is based on TikTok's rules. So you gotta make sure you follow those rules. Let me know. You have to go live. So my requirements, I don't have requirements, I have strong encouragements. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna say this out loud. So the contract that I have is a 1-year contract from the time you start. I have not made the conscious decision yet if I am going to. Thank you so much, everybody who's coming in. JB Married. Oh, how you doing, friend? So I have not made the decision yet. I love that about our agency. Yes. Yeah, there are, you got to pick an agency that works for you. Some agencies do have requirements. They have requirements on how long you should go live, how many days you got to go live, what you have to do throughout the course of your live. I really want this to be your journey, your why. I give you tips, I give you strategies, I'll help you understand different ways to monetize. Battling is not something I require. It is something that I will say, hey, you want to put it on your list of monetization options or growth strategies or engagement strategies for your community. So it's there as another tool, just the same way I would say super fans is something you want to consider. You want to make sure you come up with a super fan benefit so that you can offer that to your community. So those are things that are there for you, and you decide on how you integrate it into your live journey. There are people who integrate it very well. They got a super fans. They battle at least once a day. They're thinking about this as a holistic approach to their live stream. And so it's just up to you. I don't tell you what to do. I just, share with you the different options out there. What I will say though, is that at the end of the day, the agency is a live hosting agency. So if you're not going live, then that is probably number one thing you need to do. You guide us. Yeah, yep, that's it. I'm here as a guide. and you decide how you want to leverage things. There's some people, like I said, that are doing all the things and it's working for them. And then there's some people it's like, you know what, I don't want to do that. And that's okay. I mean, I get it. But, with not doing things, it's kind of like, okay, well, I can't tell you, if you're not doing the things, then your room's not rooming or your room's not having a lot of engagement. Then I will say, okay, maybe you might want to pick up some of these other things and maybe do some of these things, like maybe do some of the campaigns or do some of the other features that are on the app that TikTok is pushing. Okay, so that's what I would say to you. Um, Going into next year, so what I tell people is that you got to have live access, you got to go live, you got to make this part of your journey. If going into next year, I may have to sit back and think about it. I'm sorry, I just tuned in. How you doing, friend? Thank you for being here. I may have to think about what's an agency. You said, what's an agency? Let me know, friend. Did you go live? Let me know if you go live. It's a Creator Network program. Is for live host. So it's the live stream, live hosting part of TikTok. That's what it is. TikTok had in 2024, I will be interested to see what the 2025 numbers are, but in 2024, they were the leading live streaming platform. They had over 100 million people go live. And so they're trying to encourage, promote, create more live streamers on the platform. And with that, they use agencies as a way to help you understand how to go live, how to grow, how to build. Okay, I went live twice. Okay, so and how to go live consistently. That's the other thing. So that's the other part that they're doing. They want you to go live consistently. And so the agency will support you as a way of giving you, my agency, like I said, I can't attest to other folks, but my agency will support you by giving you training, hosting strategy, um, different ways to monetize on the app, as well as all agencies have the ability to support you if you're in violation or about to get banned, or got banned, and they can advocate on your behalf. And so we have analytics, we have other ways to look at your live stream. So we can support you with your growth strategy. Thank you all for the populace. Thank you for, did I get roses? I appreciate that as well. How you doing, sweetie pie? Daily Heart Me. Thank you so much for the support, you all. So yeah, that's what agencies do. And ultimately, it's up to you if you want to. Thank you so much for the fest gear. Appreciate it, friend. Um, Thank you for the Daily Heart Me as well. So yeah, so that's up to you. Back at you. In terms of how you want to leverage agency. Going into next year, though, I'm really um, I'm focused on growth. I want to make sure that people who are intending to join an agency are intending to leverage the resources and obviously go live. There's some things that I probably need to reevaluate when it comes to requirements versus encouragements. So I'm really thinking about that because at the end of the day, this is not, um, I'm doing a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of training, but at the same time, the goal is for people to go live. And so if you're not going live, then that's not necessarily helping the agency. It's not helping the agency. So, and on top of that, TikTok has kind of teased like there will be metrics in the future that will say what's your agency's go live rate and how that can impact your overall performance, your agency score. There's a score that they have in there, so it could impact your score. So I need to get to the point where people are actually going live that are with the agency and they're intending to do it. And so when you think about agencies that do have requirements, it makes sense. It does. It does. And not that I want to make requirements, but I think I need to make sure that I'm protecting the status of the agency too. So I'm gonna have to think through that. But I haven't gotten to that point yet. So those are the things that I think about. 10,000 steps already alive may or may not happen today. Oh, look at you, friend. You've been out there enjoying the New Orleans, Louisiana. I love it. Hello, friends coming in. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. So, so yeah, that's something to think about as I go into 2026. I'm gonna have to like reevaluate how I say things, what I'm doing, and what type of requirements I have in place. But currently, I think we're doing well. We have a lot of people who are going live that are making it there. They're part of their goals for themselves, part of their why. Thank you so much. And so I appreciate that. 100K, we did it, y'all. Look at there. We are doing it. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate everybody that tapping. If you are tapping and sharing out the live, thank you for all the shares. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the support in the live stream. Thank you for helping me reach my live goal. I'm trying to do that as well. I got to think about this whole league. I don't have that up there right now, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so back to the conversation at hand. Let me know if there's any other questions about the agency. That was a fairly quick commercial. um, so one second. Let's see. You said, okay, it's true. 100,000 equals a. You said, okay, is it true? 100,000 equals a galaxy. What does that mean? What does that mean, friend? A galaxy from what? What do you mean? You mean like TikTok galaxy? No. I was about to say, huh? Huh? Equal taps equals who by who? Who's in the galaxy? TikTok? How you doing, Mose? How you doing? My favorite. Joel was here a little earlier. Thank you so much, friend. Hey, how you doing? Short stuff coins. I think that's what they are thinking. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, I hit the laugh by accident. I didn't mean to hit the laugh. No, Flourish is been around. Why would you say that? What do you mean by a galaxy? No, someone said 100K is equivalent to a galaxy. In what way, though? 100K taps, in what way? You talking about from like a skill live rewards? That's the only thing I could. Huh. For the live house? Payout of some kind. Mm-mm. No, you gotta have engagement in your room. You gotta have engagement in your room. You gotta have people sharing your screen. When I look at my metrics, no, I haven't gotten a galaxy. No. The cost of a galaxy. No, I mean, no. Mm-mm, no. I didn't think so, so I wanted to confirm. Okay, gotcha. Somebody would have to send a galaxy. That's how it works. So thank you for that, friend. No, I've never heard of that one. I know, I've never heard of that one either. No, taps. Taps obviously is important. It does help with the visibility, um, but yeah. No, it's not a monetary gain. It's helping your room. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Yeah, the gifts are the gifts. Look at you, Nika. Thank you, friend. Appreciate that. Um, yeah, the gifts are the gifts, and so it's up to people in terms of how they engage. Okay, so do you want? You said, do I want a galaxy? I think all gifting is appreciated, friend. All gifting is appreciated. That's totally fine. However, people want to support, that's totally fine. But no, I appreciate that. No, of course, hook her up. Y'all so sweet. But yeah, so no, it doesn't have any. The taps are the likes for the live. Look at y'all. Look at you, Fred. Thank you for that. Karina, thank you so much for that. There you go. All right. I appreciate it. You said, oh, I was your first time sending the galaxy. All right now. Look at you. With that, with your big 22. You're like, wait a minute. This is the first time I didn't click that button. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be your first. T, how are you? Thank you. This is my only page. How you doing, T? T, how are you? Do you go live? Thank you. Oh, you look at you. You're a median also. Thank you so much for being here. Do you know Ermi? Let me know if you know Ermi. No, she needs. Now I need a Leon. Flourish, I don't know. You've been in New Orleans. You're doing the hurricanes, friends. I love it. We're friends now, for real. We are friends. We are friends. We're gonna get you to go live more often. Let's see your live journey, friend. And she sends some taps too. Laugh out loud. She did. Thank you. You said it's morning. It's too early. You said it's morning time right now. You said it was mimosas. Oh, okay. That's what Hey everyone, I'm trying to go viral. Please help me out. Jazzy Wazzy, how are you, friend? Yes, Ermi is my mentor. I saw her on your panel. Yes, Ermi is part of the agency. She's in the agency. She is a ray of sunshine. I love it. Thank you so much. But you said mimosas is still morning. Oh Lord, New Orleans is actually one of my top cities. I love, love, love my visits there. So enjoy yourself, friend. Okay, okay, she really laughing now because it's it's soundless. Oh, you're so funny. I'm ready to go do more. I love it. Keep going, friend. Keep going live. That's I'm gonna get to the other things that we want to do in terms of goal setting. But yeah, this is your time. This is your year. Just recognize it's a process. It's a process. But keep doing it. Keep engaging. Okay, so really quickly, let me circle back to the question about the agency. So T, you just missed my whole commercial. I was doing the commercial break to talk about the agency. So stay with me. Creator network agencies are agencies to support you with your live stream. Okay. So TikTok has this as a free program to help you with your live stream. So as you go live and you grow your community, each time you go live, and that's kind of what we was talking a little bit about the 10,000, 100,000 taps and stuff. As you go live, your community's engaging, you're getting the gifting from your live. TikTok says per live, thank you so much, Nika. TikTok says per live, you're able to grow through the Scale Live rewards. Thank you so much, Nika. And with that growth, you're then able to TikTok takes a percentage, and then your TikTok with their percentage, they'll pay the agency, so it becomes free for you. So there's no money that you have to pay for agencies. And so my agency is a little different. I do offer a lot of support. Can I keep my same name but add a different number or something else to create a new account? Yes, I wouldn't do that, but yes, I would think about it differently. I'll explain that. Doc, when you're doing your voiceover business, when okay, Doc, when am I gonna do my voiceover audition? I don't know about a business. I leave that for Carol West. She's our expert. Hey, Dr. J. She's our expert in the agency that does voiceover acting. But I am supposed to do a voice acting audition. I'm gonna do one. That's one of my goals for 2026. And my birthday is in July. So I've said to myself, as you set a goal, you want to set a SMART goal. And so you want to be specific. You want to make sure you measure it, it's measurable, and you are thinking about it being attainable, realistic, and then time bound. That's what the SMART goal stands for. When you think about that, I'm going to say, I'm going to do it before my birthday. So that'll be my goal. So I got to do it before July 21st. So we'll see. That's the goal. I watched your live for 100 minutes. Look at you, friend. So that's the goal. Thank you, T, for the daily heart me. So T, really quickly, so stay with me a little longer. I'll recap the agency stuff, but essentially it's a free program. We offer a lot of service and value here. I do one-on-ones with you. We have a weekly meeting on Zoom, which is actually today at 6:30, where we talk about stuff that you need to know for live stream. It gives us a space to kind of talk and engage, but also learn from each other. So that is happening today. We also, I said to do one-on-ones because I'll look at your analytics with you. I'm a data-driven agency, so I want you to look at your analytics. I want you to be intentional about your growth and have strategies and other plans in place for you to grow even further. I want you to measure. So we talk about what gets measured gets done. And then also we have a school platform that you can go and get resources. You can also connect with other creators in the agency. We have TikTok groups for you to share your live. Also, share your live out as well as share your content if you want people to engage in your content. Community members will see that. They come support if they can. I tell people, obviously it's about you growing your community, the community that's for you, your target audience. You're not here where only agency people should be in your community. You are looking at your growth trajectory for where people are coming to your live because they are interested in your topic. They want to connect with you. They want to hear your message. What is the school platform you're talking about? SKOOL. It's a platform that I pay for. I have the full membership where you can create communities and you can share different posts, resources, a calendar, a chat. Yeah, so it's a full blown community platform. And so they have gosh, is it free? Is it free or $9? Why do I feel like it's a fee associated with it? But let me know if you guys know. I can't remember the details. I know a few of you have started it. So, okay, I'm excited to be a part. I need some support. I love that. I love that. Um, that's so cool. I'm also planning to start with voice work next year and use SMART goals. Look at you, Dr. J. Great minds think alike. Dr. J, I am part of Carol. I don't know if she's in the room. Carol might have left. Carol West, she's called the Voice Guru. She is in the agency and she has a super fan benefit that she is helping people with voice acting and helping you understand how to think about your voice acting, your approach to voice acting. And she has some resources available that she's going to be sharing out. So she just now building her out her super fans. So I would say this might be a good time to get on it if you want to. Also, super fans, the first month is half off for up until December 22nd. So anybody who wants to join a super fan, you might want to consider it now so you can at least get the first month at least half price. Okay, you said school, interesting. I hear other folks speaking of it. Is it from TikTok? No, it's a separate platform. It's off platform. Yep, yep. School is off platform. Maybe a subscription fee. Maybe a subscription fee for what? Hello, friends. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, TikTok is telling me, hey, how you doing? I am supposed to be doing Live Fest, the whole quest. Let me check something because I think I need to do a viewer's wishes. Let me do that real quick just so I can fulfill the quest for today. There we go. So I'm going to set that up for you guys. If you guys don't mind supporting the viewers' wishes, anything that's there, I think I need 3 people to contribute to that. Thank you so much. How you doing, Jamie Lee? Okay, so let me go back. Thank you all. I appreciate any support that's coming in. Thank you, T. How you doing, T? So, T, really quickly, if you're interested in the agency, you would click my profile picture. My mini profile is going to pop up. You can click my photo again. It'll take you to my main page, and in the bio is where you can find the application to apply to the agency. And then contribute to what? My quest. I get some people gotta, I guess you gotta support. I gotta get 3 people to support through viewers' wishes. And so that's for Live Fest. The quest for Live Fest. That's what it is. Thank you so much. With the agency TikTok, if you already belong to a creator network agency, it's 1 per person. Thank you so much, friend. I think I might have hit it. Let's see. Okay, great. I'll check that out with Carol West. What's your free creator network agency? Oh, that's what I was just talking about. The agency itself. That's what I was just talking about, Dr. J. Essentially, is TikTok's program for helping people go live. So you got to go live. Thank you all. Oh, I appreciate that. You got to go live, and if you go live, um, essentially you can join an agency. So make sure you have live approval. Are um, make sure you are going live on a regular basis, so that way you can get agency support to help you with your training, monetization strategies. If you are in violation or at risk of getting banned from the app, agencies can advocate on your behalf. So agencies offer protection, they offer resources and information for your live stream. I tell you guys, we're a data-driven approach, so I teach you how to look at your analytics. I want you to be intentional about looking at your analytics. Thank you all for the support. Thank you for the Fest Pops. Thank you for the Daily Heart Me and the cheers. I appreciate all the support, everybody. Do you know why I stopped getting engagement points? From what? From going from being in people's rooms? Karina, do me a favor, where you put your comment at, click your photo. I want you to click your photo. Let me teach you something real quick. Yeah, from gifting you. Okay, let me show you, friend. Okay. It's so much to think about here. Yeah, it is a lot. So let me teach you this. So click your photo. When you click your photo, I want you to click your level 22. The blue screen pops up. It tells you how many points you need. So it tells you that first set of points first set of numbers is your points you've collected. Then there's a forward slash symbol. It tells you the total amount of points you need to get to the level 23 in your case, to the next level. And then underneath there is the experience points. Those are the points you're looking to reduce, to track. You want to get those down to 0 so that you can get to level 23. So look at many points you have there. I tell people all the time, when you come in someone's live, look at your levels. Look at your levels and see if you're at possibly going to level up. But for the fan club points, check. Oh yes. So let me see if I can pin Nika's comments. Nika is awesome when it comes to the fan club. Thank you so much for Nika for sharing that. So she's talking about the Lisa. The Lisa is different than the blue box. Your 22 versus your Lisa is two different sets of points. But for fan club points, check the fan club. There is daily limits on the counts, the point counted. Yeah. So you got to make sure you understand that. So just know you're looking at those points intentionally so you can decide, am I going to level up today? Is this a room I'm going to do it in? How many points do I need in terms of engagement points to get to the next level? How do you remove the white text bubble from your profile photo? So that again, how do you remove the white text bubble from your profile photo? The note, you're seeing that little note where you put that in. Can you remove the note? I don't know if you can. You're saying from your view, the note's there. From your viewer's view, they don't see that. People viewing your page, they don't see that. But from your view, you see it. So you're saying how to turn off the note. Hello, thank you so much, Mrs. Treetop. Good morning, Step into Joy. So if you reach your limit points, will count for, you said if you reach your limit points, still count for blue box, but not fan club. Yes, exactly. So you want to pay attention to that. Mine says D1. Could you help me understand what that means? T, yes. You are, D1 represents your league. So everyone on TikTok has a league that you start off with. Let me explain leagues. Give me 1 second, T. Why is it important to level up? Okay, for engagement purposes. Okay, so let me explain leagues first, and then I'll explain leveling up, because they are two different concepts, but kind of related. So kind of related. They are definitely related. I came to say hi, and hey, I can't stay. So much good information here. I wonder how you pick moderators, but that's a whole nother conversation. You pick people. I mean, you learn as you go live. You'll learn who understands your room, who you can connect with. I'm actually a person that says you need to go live first and kind of get a sense of what's happening in the live streaming process before you start adding moderators. Unless your room is a room that really warrants moderators because you're doing some other stuff, I think you should be in the chat. You should be connecting with your people first. That's how you grow community. I have to get ready for speaking group. Gotcha. Okay, we'll come back and we'll talk about moderators. T, let me answer your question really quickly. Everyone starts as a live host. Okay, that helps. Everyone starts as a live host. Thank you so much, friends. In terms of how you are essentially growing in your live streaming journey, how you're getting more engagement in your live, how people are supporting your live stream, you're building community. So everyone starts at D5. Then you go from D4, D3, D2, D1. Those are the D leagues. So everyone starts with the D league. Then you get to the C leagues. You graduate up to C leagues. D1, D5, D4, C5, C4, C3, C2, C1. And then you get to the B leagues. B starts with B5, B4, B3, B2, B1. And in their A leagues, they do A3 to 1. So that's how it goes. So you go from D to A. Now here's what you need to know. Those leagues are based on a 24-hour clock in terms of how you're performing. Okay? How you're getting engagement in your live. The time of day you go live matters. I like to tell people that. Also, what happens in that live stream matters. People helping with your live goal, people supporting your gift gala, people doing your viewers' wishes, or sending gifts from the gift box, or roses. All that makes up how engagement happens in your live stream, and those gifts turn into diamonds that TikTok is tracking for you. So as you're going live, TikTok is paying attention to your performance and you are moving up in this 24-hour timeline. And there's different things that you're collecting fragments. And if you move all the way up to the next league, you get a shield that can help you stay in that league for a little longer. And so essentially you're growing. Now, I don't talk about leagues as much. So your D1 represents that you've grown in your live journey. You went from D5 to D1. I don't talk about leagues as much, and here's why. Especially a lot of people in my room are new. So you ask that question as a new person. You're like, I don't understand. What does this mean? Why do I have a D1 gift gallery? Why am I D1 league? I don't want you to pay attention to that. I want you to focus on building your community. I want you to focus on going live, getting comfortable, getting acclimated. Because once you start focusing on that league, first of all, is going to drive you to go live more frequently, probably daily. You should be going live daily if you're going to really focus on leaguing up and staying in that league and not dropping back down. Okay. How do I know who my agent is? You said, how do I know who my agent is? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 sec. Actually, somebody put this in the chat for me so I don't get in trouble for coaching approaching. But answer his question for me if you don't mind answering. Somebody who know the answer to that. Okay, I was to set a new goal. Okay, you have to set a new goal. What do you mean? What does that mean? Say that again. What do you mean by that? For your live stream? You select one. Oh, you talking about goal for gifting goal? What do you mean by that? Your live goal here? Is that what you meant? Yeah, you select that. So when it comes to leaguing up, you got to pay attention to how you're showing up each day and how you are supporting people, how people are supporting you in your live stream, how you're getting that engagement. You say, how can I sign up for your agency? Oh, it's Cat Squirrel. How you doing, friend? Cat, how often do you go live? You don't have it in your bio. Do you go live yet, friend? Well, true urban eye candy, yes. I'm assuming he has one. I think that's the question. So how do you know? Hello, darling, not yet. Okay, that's the first step. Go live. Let's start going live. And then once you go live, because TikTok won't approve you if you're not live streaming already. And so once you go live, you can go in my bio, and in my profile is the page to go and apply to the agency. Yeah, so that's how you apply. Buddy, you're gonna go to your Creator Network on the live home screen. So when you go to your profile page, buddy, you're gonna go to TikTok Studio. Click TikTok Studio and then go to the live homepage. Scroll down to Tools and Resources. Under Tools and Resources is the Creator Network box. Click that, and that's where you'll know if you belong to one, if you have one already, who it is, when the contract ends. The details will be there for you. Okay, and then you contact them to get support. Okay, so that's where you would go. Why do we? What was the question, Jazzy? I think you had the question. Why do you worry about leagues? In my favorite 4 journey, let me know if I answered your question. The note box, I don't think you can take away. I don't think you can take that box away. You don't. Your fans, your community don't see it though, but I don't think you can remove it. That's something for you to be able to add a message to your community. Let me know if that answered your question. And if anybody knows if you can remove it, I'm not sure. It might be in settings, but I don't think you can. Why is it important to level up? So leveling up, that was the question. You did. Okay, perfect. I have to set a new goal for going live. Yes, set yourself a goal. Set yourself a goal. I tell people at least start. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, friend. I tell you to start off at least, I think personally 3 to 4 days a week. If you're nervous about it, I personally am one of those people who say go daily. I went daily in January. It's something I've continued to do throughout this year, 2025. So I do think it's something you want to be consistent. And if you show up daily, that will help you understand that algorithm, for the algorithm to understand you and your message, for you to grow. I think daily is really what you should aspire to do. And so if you start with daily, then you can decide where does that fit into your schedule. Ideally, if you can spend some time saying, okay, I'm going to go daily, like I do my 10 a.m. or 4 a.m., 4 p.m., you might say, I'm going to go like daily at 4 p.m. every day. So I started off that way because 4 p.m. worked for me and my family. My son wasn't home from school yet. My husband, he was getting home, but he comes home and he takes a walk. So I wasn't disturbing anybody. Nobody was worried about what I was doing 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock worked at the time I started off. I was still working, so it worked for my work schedule because I mean seriously, the day was ending. So I was like, okay, I could do this daily. So this is when I'll do it. And so that's how it started for me. And then I decided to make some adjustments to my schedule. And at the 10 o'clock, again, it didn't impact my family because I was here home working remotely anyway, and I was able to still show up. And so that's how it started. So set a goal for yourself, set something that's realistic that you can stick to. And if, again, if you can do it daily, that's what I would recommend. Do I have to have only one niche? I want to talk about a lot of different things. My why is it important to level up? Yes, let me get to why is it important. I'll get back to you the niche stuff because I think that's important to talk about. Why is it important to level up? So when you're leveling up and you're keeping track of your levels of engagement, um, part of it is how TikTok perceives you. So you're level 26. So how TikTok perceives you as an engager. So you get to fly in. Part of it is the community sees that. People get people get to see you. They see that you're a high engager. And because of that, people want to engage back with you. Because of how you are perceived to be someone who understands the value and importance of supporting a live stream and supporting others, people are going to, it's more or less reciprocity, but people are going to want to support you back. And so part of it is the psyche of this, how this app works. The other part of it is how you are then putting out that social capital. You're connecting with other people. People are connecting back with you. So you'll see growth in your content. It spills over to your content. People are going to your page, they're engaging, you're engaging back, and then it spills over to your live stream. So a lot of that is part of your strategy. Actually, from what I'm noticing, and Nika brought this up too, because you're, thank you so much, look, Nika and Miss Tree Top coming in. Because of that, you'll see more higher level engagers coming to your live stream too. Because again, you are putting that focus and energy out there to support others. You're driving people who are at your level coming in to support you back. So it is something to think about how the app works. So you want to be intentional about your engagement. It allows you to level up. It allows you to engage more. Thank you so much. And then ultimately, like I said, you end up building a community surrounding people who understand how to engage and support. And because you've been doing it, you can talk about it in your live stream in a real way because you're a high engager. And you can say what's the value and benefit of engaging. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But that's pretty much what it is, what it's all about. This app is pretty unique. It's really brilliant in terms of how they design this because it does really play on the psychology of a person who is coming here to engage and learn and grow, but also who wants to build a community. You understand how to build. How you doing, Missy? See Missy flying in too. You understand how to build a community. All of that matters to your performance. So you want to be really in touch with that. Um, I have to set a new goal. Um, you said, Karina, you said, do I have to have only one niche? I want to talk about multiple things. When it comes to the niche thing, the niche to me is like an umbrella concept. And under that niche, you can have multiple topics that align to that. So today, I'll talk about my niche is TikTok live streaming, TikTok live coach. I talk about things about going live. I talk about engagement on this app when you think about it. And under that, I'll talk about mindset, motivational tips to keep you going live. I'll talk about strategies for understanding how to get more engagement in your live stream. I'll talk about features of this live stream. What does it mean to talk about the leagues, the gift gallery, super fans and stuff? I'll talk about some other ways to monetize when it comes to TikTok shop and affiliate program. So I have different topics that still align with TikTok live streaming. all the things that you can do to build your community. So there's different topics I can cover. So if you have other, so what I will say to you, if you have things that don't have any remote connection, so for example, if you're talking about being a plant mom and crocheting, you know, plant life and gardening might be different than crocheting. You know what I'm saying? So those might be two different topics. Unless you're gonna crochet a potted plant holder. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, those are two different topics, and I think gardening niche is different than what you would do when it comes to crafting and crocheting. So those would be two different things to me and two different pages. So I mean, you could probably make it connect a little bit, but probably not. Because the gardeners are going to be looking for you to talk about plants and gardening all the time. They're not looking to you for you to crochet. So those are two different things. So in that way, you may want to think about how you structure your live differently. Army encourage her mentees to go live once we complete our classes. I go live once a week. Oh, good, good. Look at you. That's awesome. You might want to go live more often, but yeah, that's good. And why I have two diamonds? You said, Jesse, and why I have two diamonds and have one video and I haven't gone live? You said, and why I have two diamonds? Where are your diamonds? What you mean by diamonds? Two diamonds. And have one video and haven't gone live. I'm looking, your gift gallery box is lit up too. So have you been in someone's panels? You're a panel person. You've been a multi-guest on lives. Yeah, two diamonds. What I was trying to understand what the two diamonds meant to Nika. I usually go late night when everyone is sleeping. Oh, really? You're like, I'm going out at night. That's awesome. Well, I mean, it just depends on what type of audience you're trying to create. And so if you're trying to go late night on purpose because you don't want to be seen, growth, so this good. Yeah, growth is good. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Missy. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, friend. Right, laugh out loud. So could I pick days for each niche? I would probably caution you a little bit if in that example where I talked about gardening versus crocheting, I would caution you because your content needs to speak to it as well. So the content, people come to your page, they're looking for gardening content or they're looking for crocheting content. Those are two different audiences. And so I would probably say pick either create a separate page that uplifts and honors the gardening or the crocheting. Um, you know what I'm saying? Just in that way. You can run it by Chat GPT and just see if there's some ideas they give you, if there's a way to integrate the two things. But I don't think so. When I look at those two things to my the way I think of it, I think of them as two separate ways of engaging on this app because there's a strong crochet community and a strong gardening community. So people are going to be, maybe the algorithm too, are going to be confused about your content and your live stream. So I would just say pick something, pick something in that way and maybe make that the crust, the focus of the page. Um, if that's what you're saying. Let me know what others think. I'm happy to hear other people's thoughts on it as well. You said perhaps her blue badge. What does that mean? My favorite. What did you mean by that? Thank you so much, Carrie. My day's going well. I want to start TikTok Shop live. Already have a TikTok account for my backup account. Is that what that means? BP backup page. Um, you have TikTok Shop on that page. Algorithm won't know you. Algorithm won't know you. That's true. Yeah. Do I need to start a new account for the TikTok Shop? I would recommend that, depending on what you're trying to do. I'm always a proponent of start a separate page for shop, just because again, it's kind of like what I was just saying with the whole gardening versus crocheting. Shop is its own thing. Depending on what products you're promoting, TikTok is pushing that out to people who are shopping. So if you are not shopping, but you want people to come to your page because you're talking about something else that's non-shop related, that oftentimes will get people will see lower views. They won't see as much engagement because TikTok thinks that you're a shop page and content for your shop videos is getting pushed out. So I would say just start a shop page if that's the case. I like to separate them. No, they are two separate things. Yeah. Okay. I know, so I have all this talent, but it's only worth talking about one. Black Lotus, I know you were sharing that yesterday. You have so many options. I do think it's worth it just to pick something and just try to stay in that lane a little bit and see what it's like to kind of focus on that. I am a strong proponent of, you know what, if you got to know your audience and know who you're talking to. And if you're talking to too many people, then people are going to scroll. You know what I'm saying? People are like, okay, her message is not for me. It's not relatable. I don't connect with it. So you got to make sure you know your audience and pick something that you feel like you can continue to share and talk about because your audience is looking for that information. I I think it's important to pick something. Oh, the two diamond comment. That's what you meant. The two diamonds was the blue box. Jazzy, are you here? The blue box is the two diamonds. Yeah, maybe that's what she meant by that. I'm looking at my box. I guess so. That's the two diamonds. So the first one is 1 through 10, and then 10 through 20, and then 20 through 30. I think that's what she's saying. Yeah. So the first diamond represents 1 through 10. Second diamond represents 10, 10 through 20 or so, and then 20 through 30 is the next diamond. I think that's what she's sharing. That makes sense if that's what the diamonds represent. Okay, thank you. Are you an agency? I am an agency. Thank you for that. Busy. I'm not a TikTok shop agency. I'm the live side. Creative network agency. That's what I am. That's for live. TikTok shop partners program is the shop agencies. This is good information. As a crocheter, I indulge in so many different crafts that it stifles me to just do one. Well, Lee said that is 100% true. Urban Eye Candy, I hear you, friend. And maybe that's what you do. Your page can be crafting. It could be crafting. I could see that as a niche if you're just a crafter. Now, gardening is a different craft. Is different in my opinion. Crafting means that you're doing crocheting. You might be doing some needlepoint. You might be doing some ornament designs and some other things. I could see that being the case, like all things crafting in that way. I think, like I said, gardening is a different hobby. That's a different group of people. So in that way, you could do your page and you can say, hey guys, here's what we're going to do for the crafting videos. We're going to do some crocheting and stuff. And then what will happen, I'm going to tell you this, what will happen is you'll see in your content the videos that do better. Is it your crocheting content? Is it your needlepoint? Is it when you do some other, I don't know, origami? I don't know, something else. So you'll see what people are resonating with. But I think it's important just to let people know you're doing all things crafting or something. Crocheting, although I love so many other things. Yep. And to me, like she meant monetization. The diamonds, is that what she meant? Two diamonds? Is that what you meant, Nika? Are we still talking about the two diamond concept? Sorry. Hello, friends. You said, yeah, I think crafting is the umbrella. Yeah, crafting would be the umbrella. Yeah. Journals and stuff. Yeah. Oh, you talking about the junk journaling? Is that what you meant by short stuff? The scrapbooking and stuff? Origami folding paper? That could be it. Y'all. Your girl, I'm not, I'm a wannabe crafter. I've never been able to find the time to do it. I used to crochet. I used to do the diamond dots with my daughter. I did that with her for a little bit. I did the resin jewelry. I want to be. I want to be so badly, y'all. But life has not allowed me to hone in on a craft to say I do it on a regular basis. I wish I could. I have an origami tattoo. Does that count? Maybe. If you do tattoo it. Look at you, Sunshine. Thank you so much. 100 minutes. Is this agency for live only? It is for live. Okay, I make that as a tattoo tour. Oh, I love that. I make it clear that it is live hosting, live streaming, the live experience primarily. Thank you so much, Coach Chantel. I do know a little bit about content, but there's people in the agency that know a lot of bit about content. I do know a little bit about TikTok Shop. There's people in the agency that do TikTok Shop a little bit more than I do. And so just recognizing that I can talk about how to get shop, what some things you want to do with your videos, and some ways you can think about your shoppable lives. But at the same time, it is about the live streaming. So I make that clear because I don't want you guys to come in and be like, hey, I have all these other questions. I'm like, I can answer some of them, but not all of them. But if you are looking for shop, there is a different program for shop in particular. The TikTok Shop Partners Program. So that's what you would go for shop content. And then there's also, when you think about the content side, Creator Rewards Program. I have to ask Holly Q. Is Holly Q in the room? Is there a program for once you get over 100K followers? I know the Creator Rewards Program offers some tips and strategies for content. But I don't know if there's a program specifically for getting a creator manager that is supporting your content side. Service Plus has a content program too, or Service Plus program for creator. We'll give you a creator manager for that, but you have to have 50K followers for that too. Origami is the technique of folding papers into animals and flowers only. Okay. Does Black Lotus, do you do origami, Black Lotus? That's what Nika asks. Black Lotus has a list of things she has done, so she can talk about a lot of things. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Please check in and connect with the family. Yes, Miss K Latte. Okay, friends. So she's incredibly talented. Yeah, she's had a lifetime of different talents and experiences. So yeah, I think you just need to pick one, Black Lotus. Just pick one. Pick something that makes sense for what you want to do. But you're going live, so that's awesome. Where do I find these agencies? Where do you find which agencies? It for TikTok Shop in particular, it's under the toolkit area. There's a list of top partners for the TikTok Shop program. But beyond that, you got to search on home screen. If you want to do the research, you got to search on home screen for some that will pop up based on what you're looking for. It's hard to pick one. Yes, it is. All the time I have to fold 100 cranes that has a meaning behind it. So you do origami. Okay. Okay, thanks. You're welcome, Sunshine. You are so welcome. So can I go back to Mel Robbins? Can I go back? Let me go back, y'all. I had three other questions. You said 1,000 cranes is for health. Oh, okay. She does everything. Yes. Okay. All right. So Mel Robbins. So we talked about the first three questions. What was hard for you in 2025? What was the best things about 2025? What did you learn about 2025? Okay. So all the things last year. Now, these next three questions are going to be focused on the future. Okay. Okay. So the first question is, what are you going to stop doing in 2026? That's the first question. Thank you so much. What are you going to stop doing in 2026? Okay. So that question really centers around, put it in the chat if you know something that you're going to stop doing. Let's put it in chat. We'll get some engagement that way. 2025, waking up every day. 2025, you was waking up every day. You're not going to do that in 2026? Let me know what you meant. People pleasing. Ooh. You're going to stop people pleasing. Ooh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to stop people pleasing. I love that. Anything else? Like, because you must have been really focused on the people pleasing. I agree with that. And she actually talked about that in a sense of, her whole concept behind let them deal with it on their own and not having to rely on you to do everything for them. It takes away from your own needs, but because you're doing that. You said Ocean Summer. You said had to get a pen. Can you please repeat again? Procrastinating. Procrastinating was on my list too. Urban Eye Candy. I love that. People taking advantage of me at work. Ooh, I love that. Debating things that won't change my life for the better. I'm an enabler. Ooh, that's important that you recognize that. Okay, Ocean Summer. Let me recap for you real quick. Staying small. Ooh, y'all going deep. I thought y'all was just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to stop not exercising. You know, y'all went deep. I was like, wow, okay. I'm gonna stop drinking these sodas. Wow, y'all, okay, I see y'all. I was like, we got some changes to happen. There's some things we need to change around these parts. Okay. We are fully engaged. It's like I'm gonna stop eating M&Ms. He said we trust this space. I appreciate that. I received that. I love it. Okay, Ocean Summers. Okay, here's really quickly. We were talking about the Mel Robbins. We were debriefing about that earlier. And so here's a couple of things that we learned. And she had a top 6 list. These are the things you want to do as you plan goals for 2026. So the first things, the first 3 were focused on 2025. Okay? So the first question to yourself was, what was hard about last year? So what was hard? What was challenging? What was the bad? What was hard about last year? Okay. The second question she asked, well, what was the best part of last year? What was good? What worked? What didn't work? What were we happy about? What was the thing that was best about last year? What was good about it? Okay. So, what was bad? What was good when you think about the year? And then ultimately, what did you learn? Okay. What did you realize based on your experience? Based on the experience of last year, what did you learn from that? Okay. So those are the first core 3 questions you want to ask. You're reflecting on 2025. There wasn't anything bad or hard about 2025. I found you. Oh, look at there. That was the good. That was the good. I love that. Thank you. Okay. And so with 2026, the first question that she posed, this was question number 4. She said, what are you going to stop doing? New year. Hello, friend. What are you going to stop doing? Thank you for the best gear. Appreciate you, friends, coming in. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much. BXX, BY, BBYY. All the letters. Hello, friend. Thank you for being here. Make sure you work on a bio. So I'm going to give you some homework so we can know more about you, friend. So, you said it's just Des. Okay, Des. Okay. You know what? You said it's just Des. After all that, it's just Des. Okay. All right, friend. Here's that second question. Okay. So what are you going to stop doing? Okay. The second question that she had is, what are you going to continue doing? So put it in the chat. I'm doing well, friend. I'm doing well this morning. We're recapping a session that happened yesterday with Mel Robbins that was really helpful with shaping how you think about your 2026 goals. So that's where this is going. So what are you going to continue doing? Somebody got something you continue, what you're going to continue doing in 2026? You know, what is that thing? You know, for me, obviously, I'm going to continue to go live. I've been going live daily for a whole year. Twice a day in most cases. So I'm going to continue going live. Okay. So, well, you know, I'm going to think about my timing and stuff like that. But most definitely, well, I wanted to start content creating, but I'm shy. Ooh, just start, friend. That's all I can tell you. Thank you for the follow. You know, yeah, we talk about the shyness. I was a shy person too. So yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, you could start with doing, people do faceless. That's how I started. And then I started building the confidence to show my face. So yeah, going to do more co-hosting. Ooh, nice. I like that. More co-hosting. That's awesome. That's good. Yeah. I love, you know what? You did something. I meant to pop by your live because I saw it on the screen. Your panel boxes, they were showing in 2 different vertical spots. How did you do that? Was my view here? I need to come by your live. I'm curious about your panel boxes. I didn't know how to split them because it was like 4 on each side. I was like, oh, that's interesting. How did she do that? So what you're going to continue to do. So what you're going to stop doing, what you're going to continue to do. And then the sixth question, the last question is, what are you going to start doing? I spy on all y'all. I spy on all y'all. I see y'all. Literally went live and it was crickets, but I know I got to engage more and do exactly. That's it. In the beginning, it is crickets. You do need to engage more. You do need to increase your followers. You are going to work on your engagement boxes because you're level 0 because you don't have any of the badges. Look at other people names. So we'll talk about that too. I'm going to continue posting daily and keep my 6-day week live. 6 days. Okay, I love it. It's just a new option. That's all. Oh, okay. I'll take a look. I didn't realize that was there. If it's new, I probably haven't gotten it yet. That's the other thing too. TikTok is delayed about giving me some features. I'm like kind of bummed about that, but it is what it is. So what are you going to start doing? What are you going to start doing? So what are you going to stop doing? What are you going to continue doing? What are you going to start doing? Does it matter what type of content you post and how long does it have to be? You want to post so you don't have a bio. So start with optimizing your profile with a bio, because that's how TikTok knows who you are and how people coming across your page know who you are and what you're posting about, what your page is about. So make sure there is something that aligns with your niche, what you plan on talking and posting about, what you plan on sharing in your live stream. So optimize your profile first, but then yes, I think there should be some alignment. I'm going to post daily. Look at you, Fran. It reminds me of Family Feud. Oh, it does. The two sides. Oh, that's cute. That's a good way to look at it. I needed to post more. You need to post more. Thank you, because I was so confused. Yeah, let's get your profile optimized first. I need to post more. I'm going to continue going live and grow my community. I love that. Exactly. Post at least one video and one story a day minimum. I love that. One video, one story. If you have 2 accounts on different niches, can you go live on both? Yes. You can get live access on both. Yeah. My shop page and this page and the agency page I can go live on. Yep, you said I am. Is that what it is? Halaku? I think it just got broken up. But yeah, so thank you. You're welcome. You are so welcome. So just know that is just know that you want to think about these goals from a content, not from a content, from a consistency perspective too. So as you are stopping something, as you continue something, as you start something, like how do you build in, and this is the whole concept of SMART goals. How do you build in something that will hold you accountable, keep you going, make sure that you are thinking about your why you're doing it, and have that motivation to continue to do it. Glam, you said, I just have to remember to bring the people up myself instead of them doing it. Oh, okay. I'm going to pay attention to that. I have to look into that. I'm going to pitch one dream brand or collaborative partnership pod guest a month. Ooh, that's awesome. That means you've done some research to kind of start building those relationships. Halaku, just think about that by the end of the year. How many brand deals you're going to have? That would be amazing. I mean, seriously, that's a great strategy. How many accounts can I have? How many accounts can you have? I think TikTok says up to 5. Yeah, up to 5. Yep. So, I'm going to become more organized this year and utilize my new content creator planner. Ooh, did you get it from Halaku? You said fancy. Look at you. You say, Halaku, you're so brilliant. Yes, that was brilliant. Look at her. Halaku said, look here, y'all. Hey, the sky's the limit. If you put it out there, you tell them, hey, come to my page. Here's what I do. There's an alignment here between you and me and what we're talking about. And I can help promote your products. Like, yeah, come to my live stream. We're going to collab together. Yeah, I love it, friend. Yes, I did get mine from Halaku. Yes. Yeah, that's brilliant, friend. If you can make that happen, I love it. I mean, that is a great strategy. And let me say this: she's done it already. She's done it, so she knows how to do it because she's done it. Hello, Kimberly. Kimberly, how you doing, friend? Thank you for the daily heart me and the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Um, need info, please. What you need, friend? You need info on what? Love or life. You know what? You apply to the agency. You belong to an agency, friend. You belong to one. I meant to share that with you. So how you doing, friend? You belong to one though. Kimberly says, I help people heal, grow, and stay motivated through life's challenges so they can boldly choose health, choose happiness, and choose you. I love that. Um, yeah, love her life. Let me know what you need information on as well. Halakyu, she did share previously her strategy for reaching out to brands, and she said, the first thing she said is just make sure there's alignment. So that means that you need to know what your niche is, what your topics are, what you're doing with your live stream, so that there's alignment. So if you're go back to the crocheters in the room, create a network. You belong to one. Yeah, when you click my information to join, it shows that you already belong to one. So you need to go to your profile, TikTok profile, TikTok Studio, scroll under live, look under tools and look under tools and resources, and there's a creator network box, and that'll tell you who you belong to. You should contact them so you can get some more support if you're already with one. Um, we need to already have top 10 list of dream brands you want to work with. Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love that. Okay, thanks. You're welcome, friend. Um, Q. So I was about to give the example for my crocheters in the room. If there are brands you know of, you would love to work with. I don't know if they're the people who make the little crochet needle, or people who produce the yarn, or people who come up with different crochet, pattern books and stuff. Whoever those brands are, maybe it's people who have different. I seen, who was that? Zen. She has the tool will helps you wind your yarn up, like that machine. Like if there are brands that you would love to work with and partner with, and say, hey, I do this live stream. I'm doing this on a daily basis, and I'm coming here, and my community would love to hear from you. Love your products, love what you're sharing, and I would love for you to come in and talk to me. Or thank you for that daily heart me. Or if it is you want to post content for them, it's like, I'm doing this. I want to be part of your partnership plans in the next year. So as you're thinking about working with creators and sharing information about your products, include me on the list. Let's talk about a partnership. Like HoloQ has a whole strategy, so you definitely want to connect with her, and think about ways that you can. You said, okay, I'm back. Think about ways that you can think about yourself as a brand, as a branding partnership and working with brands. But think about yourself as a brand as well. So I don't want to overlook that statement, because you need to know who you are and how you are branding yourself to your community, and how you can in turn be a really an asset to an organization, a brand, to make sure that they're getting their name out there and getting exposure to new people, your target audience, your community. Okay. You said, I'm back. Like, I have a question. How do I get in the TikTok affiliate program? Do I need, um, you know what? Do me a favor. Des, come to my 4 o'clock, because that's a whole conversation. Come to my 4 o'clock and I'll talk about TikTok Shop. Anybody who wants to come back, I'll carve out time for TikTok Shop. But that's a bigger conversation in terms of how to get it. So I want to make sure I honor your question so that you understand. You're new, so following, getting, building your community is going to be key to that. But I want to make sure I answer that question. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be key to it. And then you have to tell the algorithm that you want it to. So that's the other thing. If you have a good live, invite the brand to visit your live stream. Yes. Yes, I love that. Okay, I'll try to come back at that time. 4 p.m. Eastern. Sunshine, how you doing? Here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Um, so yes, so I agree with that. Invite the brand to your live stream. The thing is, go live. Okay? Go live. You don't have to have a lot of people in the room. Just go live. And as you start to do this and start to build your community, yeah, by mid-year, you can have brands in your room. and they can be there to support you in your community. Good morning. How you doing? Is it Tika? Thank you so much for being here. Well, 4 p.m. O'clock be here. Yes, I'll be here at 4 p.m. Eastern. I go live daily, so I'll be back at 4. I typically come on around 4:15, just to be honest with y'all, because I start my live first on my YouTube channel, on my YT channel. So I start there and then I come back, um, and so that's how I start. So I'm always co-streaming. So I'm here on both stations. Thank you so much. Hey, he said more like 4:15. I had to say that so that people will be like, she ain't here at 4 o'clock. I mean, honestly, I'm about to work a second job and I'm already struggling because they're not trying to give me hours and things. Okay, gotcha. Why do the highlights for your live stream posts when I made them? Where do the highlights for your live stream posts when I make them? You know what? I think they come to me in my inbox for me to post on my story. That's what I've been seeing. I think that's how I get them. Give me hours and things like that on my first job. Gotcha. Okay. Um, on your page. They post on whose page? On the person's page? Oh, they did, didn't they, Nika? They did post on your page. Really? I saw that. I thought you did that, but you're saying that's where it posts at? They post on your own page. Oh, really? Okay. How does gifting work? Gifting, you have to have coins on your account. Um, yes. Hey, I was gonna put it in my story. Yeah, I wonder why it's on your page. It's on your actual post on your page. That's interesting, TikTok. Be nice. It's like, oh, that's different. Um, I think, yeah, yeah, interesting. I don't know if I agree with that, but yeah. But I saw that on Nika's page. I was like, I thought you did it on purpose. So it posts automatically, or do you have to actually say, I want to post it? Interesting. You can share to your story and then change the privacy so it's not on your page. Yes, you can. You have a question mark at the end of that, but I'm assuming you can. Yeah, you could do that. It posted there. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so you could change the privacy and post it so it's not showing, not so that's not visible. Des, to answer your question, no, we're not talking about that. I heard that. I heard that. You're like, we're not talking about the same things. I thought it would be, I thought it would go to repost. Interesting. On Project Loop, I have Disney content and then a random Hallyu video. It's like, well, Hallyu was Disney. She is Princess Tiana, Princess Hallyu. Okay, you let that video stay. I'm talking about the post I made for your live. Yeah, I know. We're talking about the post you made for my live. They saying it's gonna go to your page. I know. I know. They're like, Dr. Lisa, our content ain't the same. I know. So Des, thank you so much, friend. How you doing, Jennifer? So okay, Des, let me know if you're still with me. You need coins on your account. You need to have coins. That's how you gift. When you if you scroll over here, if you scroll over here, you can get coins based on what am I trying to say? You can get coins on the website. So TikTok has a website. They also have an app. They have a website where you can get a discount on the coins. If you get them inside here on TikTok, you pay a little bit more. So if you go to the website, it's www.tiktok.com/coins, coin, but no S on the end, coin, COIN. You can get coins to use for purchasing gifts. So the gift box that you can click and send a gift, or the live goal, you can send a gift, but you have to have coins in your account. That's how you get the blue box. And then if you click the Daily Heart Me, that's how you become a fan club member. And so what we're just talking about actually is Glam. In the Daily Heart Me, there's this new feature where you can post highlights from this live. And she's saying, well, where does it go? Where it goes apparently is on your page as a posted content. Okay. And then I know I also receive it as a highlight that comes in my inbox that I could post to my story. So I assume that they would make it that you can post to your story too, but that's weird. So I'm not sure why they don't do it that way, but it's posted to your page. And that's how live hosts monetize. It is how live hosts monetize. It is from fan club members, growing your fan club. Yes, it is part of your metrics for monetizing. Is that what you meant? Or did you mean highlights? I was like, highlights, monetize. I think you meant by the fan club. Getting more fan club members, the more you grow, is how you can monetize. Thank you for telling us. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Um, I would think, let me say this. Is that a good way to get content though? I was that might be the cheat code, y'all. When you share a gift, you're given a tip. When you share a gift, you're given a tip. What do you mean by that? You share a gift. You're saying my gift, or you're not talking about gifts here. You're given a tip. Interesting. I don't know what you mean by that. But I was about to say highlights. Is that a way for you to post content too? So when I think about, you're saying thank you. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you for that. When I think about pals, you just said you have this video of Halaku on your page. Halaku just came in. Hey, friend. Um, if you have that video and you didn't post content, now you have a piece of content on your page. So did that video have a lot of views? Does it mention Halaku as well as a mention? Because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a cheat code. When you think about it like that, hey friend, how you doing? Yeah, it's strange. It is. It is. Is it a video that is posted and people can see? Like, it's interesting. I wonder if that's a good approach to getting content out there too. Could be something to think about. I have to look at it and see how it works. I'll go back to your. And she said, I'm not sure. Let me go back to your page and see. Did you get a lot of views from my video you posted? I gotta see who else posted videos. Not a lot of views, but I really use that account. I was just playing with the feature. Oh, okay, gotcha. Did you see it there? I saw it. I didn't pay attention to the views on it, but I did see the video. Yeah, yeah, I sure did. Because it came in my story. I mean, it came in my inbox, and I was like, oh, and I was like, let me click your page, and I saw that it was posted as your last video. Yeah. So I need to go back and look at it. I don't remember how many views it had though. Um. Oh, that's a decent views. Okay, look at you. Look at us. I was like, that's not bad. I could see if you told me it was like 25, but okay, 169 ain't bad. When I mentioned, I almost immediately added it to my story. Anything posted to your page counts. Yeah. So we might be running around here posting other people's highlights. I think I'm gonna be doing that more often. So y'all run some highlights for me. Send me some more highlights from this. I don't know if y'all want to do this part though. Let me go back to Mel Robbins. Let me go back to reading, and y'all can click the highlight button. Let's do these hacks. I heard that. um, but yeah. So let's see. Let me turn off your wishes. Let's do that, and then let's see a couple things. I just want to make sure. I think I got through Live Fest, my Live Fest task for the day. I did. Okay, perfect. I'm going to get off shortly because I went through the 5 things. A couple things I didn't talk about, and so we were chatting here and stuff. A couple things I didn't talk about was some of the things she also shared as part of a response. How you doing, Kurt? As a response to just recognizing, my TikTok saying my phone's overheating. It is getting hot though. As a response to how people should think about um, your goals for the next year and things you want to kind of pay attention to. So a couple things that stood out to me was just recognizing that everyone has a journey, okay? Everyone has an origin story. So as you're starting your journey, you cannot compare your journey to the next person's journey. When you look at influencers and other people who have kind of done this for years, because recognize this is not one and done. This is not something you do for, oh, I went live 2 or 3 times and nobody came in my room, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's not how this works. You continue to show up, you continue to build, you continue to post content, you continue to talk to your target audience so that over time you're starting to grow, get more confident, and you're building your community. Thank you so much. Just want to stop by through and say hello. Hello, friend. And so just recognize this is not a one and done. This is not a couple times I did it and it was awkward for me and I stopped doing it. You are doing this as a way to build and grow. You're growing within and you're growing outwardly. Okay? So this is what this is about. It can't be something you do and say, oh well, it didn't work. I had a big win this week when a mentor followed me. I saw that, friend. That's awesome. How you doing, UG? Is your phone overheating? You should either get cooled off or cool it off. I think so. My phone does that sometimes, so I'm not sure why though. Celebrate the little things. You have to. You got to stay motivated. You got to celebrate along the way. It is a journey. It is a process. It's not something. You said put a fan in it. I probably need to put a fan. My husband is going to change out my light soon. I probably do need to turn the fan on. My phone overheats every time I go live and I'm plugged in. Yes, that's what my phone does. When I plugged in, I'm not plugged in right now, although I do need to plug in soon. But you said, what is the Creator Network Agency all about? How you doing, Callum? How you doing, friend? Thank you so much for being here. It's a free program that TikTok offers as a way to support rookie creators, rookie live hosts in your live streaming journey. Yep. So that's like the formal definition. So every person who's starting live, you can work with an agency. It's a free program because TikTok pays you and they in turn pay the agency. So you get paid through the Scale Live rewards. You get a percentage of your rewards. TikTok takes the difference, and with their difference, they pay the agencies. So just know that it is you pick an agency that's a good fit for you. You decide what you're looking for in your live streaming experience and what type of support you need, and you decide what agency is best for you. Okay? How do I get started? How do you get started? Do you go live? Let me ask that question. Do you go live? Because you should have live streaming access. There's a couple things you need to do to make sure you're building to as well. Because I would tell you to add more to your bio. I would tell you people who have the blue boxes and the Lisas next to them, they have engagement that they've been doing. So you don't have any engagement boxes yet. My Android overheats, but it's not my iOS. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. This thing is really interesting. I think it's the model. Yes. Okay, yes, you do go live. Okay. So with going live, you just want to continue to go live. And then as an agency, so here's what I do. I don't, thank you for the bottle. I don't go out to other lives and do the scouting. I probably should, but I don't. So I go live twice a day. I visit people who are live. I visit people in my agency. I kind of support them in terms of going live and helping to answer questions, but also engagement. And so that's what I've been doing. I haven't been doing the whole scouting and recruiting side. But long story short, wow, can we get to 20K taps? We can. We can. Look at that. Appreciate y'all supporting. Please continue to support. So with the agency, you decide an agency that's a good fit. I give a lot of training support. We have a weekly meeting. I go live twice a day. I also have a school platform. You can get information from there. You can engage with other creators. I also will do one-on-ones with my creators if you want additional support. We look at your analytics. We look at your data. I want this to be a data-driven approach. I want you to learn and grow. I'm going to talk about this in terms of Mel in a second too. I want you to learn and grow. And at the end of the day, it's up to you to do your live stream. It's up to you to show up. I don't have requirements besides going live. I have strong encouragements if you want to grow and build. But you got to show up. You got to continue to go live. And you got to measure things that you want to have happen for your life. So that's what I talk about here. If you want to join the agency or apply, because TikTok has rules about who can apply. If you belong to an agency already, it's one per person. So if you have it on a different account, TikTok will say, no, you can't join because you already belong to an agency. So just note that's a rule. You can't be in violation of restriction. You cannot be, you got to be in the U.S. or Canada, and you can't have made too much money, $5,000 or more in the last 5 months. They won't let you do it. I'm trying to join the one that you're on. Oh, well, that's me. I'm the agency owner. He said I'm trying to join this one. You would have to apply. Go ahead and apply, and then this is the official agency account. I'll pin this. Anybody who's not on the who are not following this account, follow this account. I usually will send communications here, but I'll probably send it directly from my account. But you can apply, and TikTok, like I said, it's an application, and then TikTok will say if you're eligible or not. And so it's based on making sure you don't have one and all the things. So what I would tell you to do is make sure you update your bio. That's like your homework for tonight. Update your bio so that we know what your live stream will be about. What are you talking about when you go live? You said I need a LYI sweatshirt. I do need one too. I need one too. Change out this Under Armour. Give me a sweatshirt too. I love that. So yes. So let's what do you go live on? So put that in the chat for us too. Let's circle back. I was gonna say this in terms of when you're thinking about your journey and this being a process. A large piece of this process, and she said this, is about you learning. I want one too. We're gonna figure it out, y'all. About you learning. This is not something where you have to be in the mindset that I'm learning and growing. This cannot be a situation where you're thinking back like, oh, well, I don't need to do anything else. I'm just going to show up and the information is just going to happen and grow. No, you got to seek information out. You got to grow. You got to be intentional. Did Pure make it? I have so many votes, but wasn't able to get on her live last night. She did make it to she made it in the top 200. I think that's what you needed for gold. Yeah, top 200. And no, she was silver, top 300. So she advanced. She did advance. I don't know. I have to check in on her. I think she's now at a point like, you know what? It's time to put Live Fest to bed. For her, she's like, okay, I went hard with Live Fest. And I think she wants to get back to her streaming topic. She wants to build her community. She wants to not focus on the leagues. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So, and I haven't been doing it. So I think she's ready for that level because she's been going. And I think for her, she's like, let me get back to my why. Yeah, I have so many votes, but it never let me use them in live streams. Really? What do you mean? So she set it as her goal. If you went into her room, she would just have it for you to click. You could have clicked the votes that way. Yeah, so she set it as a goal. You can only use them at certain times. The votes? Really? It's always grayed out. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what was happening. You can only vote at certain times. Like right now, you guys couldn't send me a vote? Well, right now it's off. The event is over. I'm sorry. The event's, so it's not over. We're in a transition period. I have to look for round 2. Oh no, round 2 started today. So I think we're still in round 2. Nope, grayed out. I don't know if it started yet. Maybe that's what it is. We're transitioning. Oh, you can't use it for me. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't advance. So you wouldn't be able to vote for me. You have to go to a room that advance. Yes. Okay, you only send them in people who advance. Thank you. Nika, you saying the same thing I was saying. Thank you for that, friend. No, mine says 999 plus, and I can't use none of them. You wasn't going to rooms that advance then. I think that's, I don't know. I don't know what was happening. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you weren't going to rooms that advance. Maybe that was what was happening. Yeah, so you only can use them on those rooms. So you would need to go to, like, when Nika was doing it, you should have been able to use it in her room when she was in the Power League, because she advanced to round 3, or when Pure Intentions, like right now, she could use them. If she goes Pure Intentions, you can use them. Yeah, I would say use them on Pure Intentions. Let me say this right now. Pure Intentions is live right now. She's on a voice chat. So if you wanted to go in her room right now, you could go in her room and send her votes. Yeah, be right back. Yeah, so she's on voice chat. And you can just put in the chat, say, I'm sending you votes, so she knows. You can tell her how many votes you're sending her. Um, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Um, so, okay, be right back. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Pure Intentions is live, and then I see Tina Stiletto. She's doing her digital. She's doing her 3D designs for the boots. I mean, for the shoes, which is cool. It's so cool. There's so many talented people, y'all. Oh my gosh, just the whole concept of doing that. She's learned a lot. Is there no cool down for Live Fest for the round two? I don't think so. From my notice, it's the 14th through the 16th. Only the top 20 will advance. So again, I think she's like, I'm out. So she's like, I'm done. I think that's what's happening. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like, don't waste your votes on me. Because she's like, I ain't doing this no more. But I don't know. I don't know what she's decided. But she did advance. Um, Okay, my dear friends. So let's do this. A couple things. I'm gonna wind down in a second. It's almost 1 o'clock, and TikTok we've had a great conversation. We've had a great conversation. So I appreciate you all being here. A couple things I will say. Making sure that you are focused on growth and learning. Okay, it's a process. You gotta learn. You gotta grow. And if you are not if you're thinking I'm just going to click the go live button and people are going to automatically tell me what's happening here, or I'm going to figure it out on my own because I go live, it's going to be a longer journey for you, a longer path. You got to go and seek information out. You got to connect with people who can help you learn and grow. And so that's going to be important for you to be intentional in terms of how you are engaging. And hopefully you're going to rooms that really are going to feed your spirit and help you grow from a mental perspective too, a mindset perspective. And so that's going to be key. How you doing, Cleopatra? You're welcome, Ocean Summer. So that's going to be important. You also, one thing she shared is that you have to be intentional about how you are allocating your time. We talked about people who are energy zappers, vampires, people who are taking your time and using your time that in a way that maybe it's not of your interest. Maybe it's not something that is going to help you advance and grow. Thank you for the advice. You're welcome. And then maybe it is that at the end of the day, you just don't want to do it. Okay. And that's okay. And so for her, Mel Robbins, that is, she talks about let them be disappointed, let them feel like empowering them to do it themselves, whatever the case may be, that you don't have to worry and take on what they want you to take on. So just know that that's important. I go to mostly agency rooms. I just wonder how much that's impacting my algorithm. Oh, I talk about that, Miss K Latte. You got to go to the rooms that are going to be based on your niche as much as possible. You can do a little bit of the other stuff, but I think it's important for you to now start teaching your algorithm that what you want to see, because everything you watch, everything you type, everything you say, everything you engage in matters. And TikTok has taken all that data, all that information to determine who you are and what you're doing. So I would say, you know, create some level of balance so that if you do some other stuff, the majority focus is probably on your niche. And so the algorithm is seeing, oh, okay, well, this is what she wants to focus on. I'm very glad that most of the agency rooms I go to are in my niche. I love that. That's good. That's good. Good morning. How you doing? Coupon with Marie. How are you, friend? So yeah, so that's going to be important. Just kind of know from that perspective that, yeah, your engagement matters, but also you're being intentional about what you want to learn and grow from too. Because that's important. You got to grow. You got to be of a growth mindset. So the pals came back. Um, yeah, so You said I'm still learning. Yes, a lot. Yeah, yeah. You got to be a student first. That's something she said yesterday. You got to be a student of this. If you think you're gonna leapfrog above some other people, some other things that you're trying to do, that is not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Yes, truth. Yes. This is my first agency room. Oh, really? Awesome. Appreciate you being here. I'm so lazy. I use the tapper to send all my votes. Oh, did you really use the tapper? Well, that's what it's for. That was not lazy. That was ingenious. Because I use my finger. So, like my students who want to learn couponing, yes, you're the first agent that I engaged with. Oh, really? You guys are special. I love that. Thank you so much for being here. Um, yeah, that was smart, friend. You said I didn't think of that. I was like, oh, okay. Does she have her double blast on? She probably didn't. When I came in her room last night, it just ended. She had done it in the evening yesterday, so she probably didn't have it on, which was something we probably should have said before Miles went over there and sent off 1,000 votes. um, she was talking about pure intentions. She advanced to round 2 of Live Fest. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate the support. The Jolly Christmas. Um, so yes, so be a student, learn, respect the process, respect that it will take time. Thank you for the roses. It is not an overnight thing. If you are sitting back saying, oh, well, I expect to grow by this time and the other, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be just like those other influencers that got 100K followers and all this other stuff going on, that's not how it works. Thank you for the roses. That's not how it works. Now, could that happen for you? Receive the advice. I love that. Could that happen for you? Oh, yeah, you might have a video that goes viral. Yeah, you could. That could happen. Now, but the process is still the process because you still got to learn. With those followers, what do you do with it? What happens next? So you still got to learn what's happening here. Let me turn on my notification. Says, "Oh, you're so sweet." So you got to respect the process and just respect the fact that hey, this requires time and dedication. My brother has 6 videos over 1 million and still only has 1,200 followers. That happens too. That happens too. Well, you will have these viral videos and no followers. People don't engage in that way. I need to get better at introduction. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So eNurse had a successful video. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, but for her, she's been tracking her follower counts too. So she started in August at 400 followers, and today she has 5,100. So from August to December, she had tremendous growth. She had a video that did really well, and that's brought in a lot of followers. My point of saying this is you go ahead and start tracking and measuring and keep showing up. Her room is growing. It's not rooming, but she is showing up consistently and she's helping people. So you just have to understand that at some point you got to start somewhere. Okay. So Paul said, uh, yeah, that's true. She was talking about just relationships growing and building. My hair is frizzing. My hair on the screen looks really weird here. It's like, what's going on? Um, that's right. I like to be, just need to get started with an agency. You said, I just need to get started with an agency. Um, well, you're welcome to, I don't know if you heard my description about the agency. You're welcome to click my bio and apply to the agency. And the first step is that you got to start going live. You like to go viral? Yes, sorry. The first step is you got to make sure you're going live and you are connected and growing with your community. So that's what I would tell you. Summer, fun and fabulous, love it. And so just know that that's the big piece of it. And then you decide on what your live stream will be about, what your topic will be about, how do you engage your community and audience. I want to make sure that you are growing. But the first step is that you are going live, okay? And that you continue to go live. Hey, KJ, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you for that daily heart me. So, I'm nervous about talking to myself. Oh, okay. that's a real thing. How you doing, Heart? I think that's what it is. Thank you for joining. Um, you get used you start off in the beginning talking to yourself. I don't pretend like that's not possible. I mean that could be very possible, but it does get easier. You get comfortable with the screen. That's part of the process I'm talking about. That's part of this, you can't leapfrog. You got to do the work. Every creator, every live host, they had to start somewhere. And in the beginning, it is a little uneasy. You're talking to yourself. But I say the person you're talking to should be the best, your favorite person in the world. The person you love the most. You're talking to this person. This person is you. And you should feel comfortable talking and sharing information. And sharing information that's valuable, inspirational, maybe educational, entertainment, whatever it is. You're going to share it so that people who are looking for that will come to your page, come to your live stream, engage back. And so in the beginning, you're doing that, but you got to keep showing up. Also, it's not necessarily by yourself. Some people haven't tapped in. Keep talking. Nika's absolutely right. There are people outside always watching. There's people who've been watching me this whole live stream, and they haven't tapped in to get their daily heart me. They haven't tapped in to say hi. But I would tell you to come in. Come in and join. Yes. Come in and join and say hello. How you doing? And that way, you're starting to build community. You're starting to build connection. And any questions you have, any things that you're thinking, the life host of the community can support you. Unwritten Unstoppable 32, friend. Love that. Congratulations. Thank you for coming in, friend. So just keep it going, friends. I don't want you guys to feel like you can't do this. Okay, so here's the deal. I will be back at 4. I just looked at the time. I will be back at 4. Thank you all for engaging. Look at your solar light. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you for that daily heartbeat. I'm going to be back at 4 o'clock, and we're going to chat some more. I'll talk a little bit about TikTok Shop if I need to. Thank you so much, friend. I want you guys to support and engage. I'll probably recap really quickly, depending on who's in the room, stuff from the session tomorrow, because I want you guys to get it. I had some more notes I didn't go through, so I'm going to talk about maybe the second half of my notes, because there's those 6 things that she talked about. I'm probably going to skim through those quickly, and then we're going to talk about the other stuff she discussed, because a lot of that, to me, is at its core what people are struggling with. The people are struggling with the comparison. I tell you, comparison is the thief of all joy. The people are struggling with, how do you manage burnout? How do you think about crafting the year that you want? How do you think about dealing with people, taking your time and guilt tripping you when you don't give it? You know what I'm saying? So there's some things she talked about. And I was like, ooh, okay. People need to hear this. Because that's what's going to happen in 2026 unless you address it. Unless you head it off. Unless you realize, hey, I need to continue to learn. I need to continue to grow. I need to keep showing up if I want change to happen. All that's going to happen in 2026 is going to be a repeat of 2025 unless you address some of these things early and be prepared for them. So if you're not focused on that and working intentionally to say, I'm going to make these changes, I'm going to make sure I don't repeat the things that was bad about 2025. I want to only see the good. I want to make sure I'm being intentional about the things that I'm going to stop doing, continue doing, and start doing. That's how you reshape your year, reclaim it. You know what I'm saying? So just recognize there's some things that you can do. You actually have the control and power to do it. Oftentimes we feel like we don't, but we do. We absolutely do. So anyway, friends, I appreciate all of you all. Claim your points. If you have points to claim for the daily heart me, that's what you're going to do. If you're new to my room, you're going to click this heart me. If you sent me a heart me, there are points that you can claim from your comments, from setting a live a live notification, from getting the daily heart me. All those are points that you can claim. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, I will come back at 4. Okay, perfect. And so, yeah, that's it. So if you are going live really quickly, anybody going live this afternoon or evening, put it in the chat really quickly. I want to make sure I point out the live hosts that are going live. Anybody going live? And we will continue to grow and support one another. Okay? Live at 2 p.m. Central. 2 p.m. Central. Connect with eNurse. eNurse, like I said, she's our person that is doing her thing. She supports caregivers and making sure that you understand that you also have a support system. Okay? Nika Grace, you're going live today at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm so happy to see that, friend. See you later. See you later. I may go live in the next hour Eastern. Okay, look at you. 2 p.m. Eastern. Hello, Cookie Wookie. I love that. Thank you for joining. All right, friends. I will be back at 4 p.m. Eastern. So come back and we'll get to chatting then. Okay? All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all supporting the live. Later, Doc. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.